Okay, I think I'm live. And how's everybody doing? I am just about to get started. Here's some new videos to react to. So let's react. Oh, wait. Mute that. Turn my volume up. Okay. I've said this before. I will say it again. I'm new to this. I guess I can't really say that anymore, right? Can't say that anymore. All right, let me ramble. That's the thing I'm supposed to ramble for a little bit, let people find my channel. When you have a little channel like mine, it's not like people are lining up to watch your streams. They have to find it. Okay, I'll just go ahead and get started though. Guys, let's see. So I have this new channel. I guess not new, quite a large channel actually. But I had never seen it before. It popped up in my feed. So let's take a look. I have not watched this yet or not, but hang on a sec. Bear with me. Okay. Present, share screen. They lied about plant-based milk. Oh, did they lie? Oh, did they lie? All right. Sauce Stash. Never heard of this guy before? Watch just a minute of it to see that it was something I might want to react to. Seems cool. Let's do it.
Better than a tall. There's nothing better than a tall glass of milk. Oh, that's not milk. It said milk on the bottle. Well, I gotta go to the grocery store and get me some more milk. Ugh, that first milk was awful, but I just got some milk of magnesia. I don't know why it comes in such a small bottle, but it's milk with magnesia in it, so I'm guessing this is healthy milk. I'm gonna have a nice tall glass of this. It says relief in 30 minutes. I guess that means relief from my milk craving I'm having. Funny tasting milk, but I bet you I'm going to have a real good day. Do not do that. Do not drink a whole glass.
Doggo, I'm about to be heading into work, so I'm going to disappear at some point. How dare you, Doggo? I feel like you're choosing work over me, Doggo. Doggo, what? Have you explained to your boss though the need for? I thought so. When you got this job, didn't you tell them, look, I can work, but when Jeremy's doing his lives, I'm sorry, you'll have to wait a couple hours.
Of milk of magnesia. Very, very tiny on the bottle. It says that this is a laxative. A little bit of this is going to change your day, especially how much time you spend in the bathroom. That being said, there is no milk in this.
You need money to buy beans and vegan pizza. That's true. Those things do cost money. Beans now, not much money, not much, but yes, the vegan pizza might cost you.
There's no dairy. This is not even close to milk, even though it says milk on the label. There are currently 5 states with labeling regulations enacted or proposed in the United States. North Carolina and Maryland has passed legislation restricting use of the term milk for plant-based milks. Those laws are designed to take effect only if 11 other southern states pass similar regulations. Arkansas passed Act 501, prohibiting the use of the terms like milk for plant-based products. Missouri has criminalized labeling foods as milk or meat when the product does not come from an animal. And now my state of Florida. Senator Keith Truenow recently submitted a proposed bill to ban the labeling of my state of Florida. Senator Keith
Truenow. Keith Truenow. What a guy.
Truenow recently submitted a proposed bill to ban the labeling of plant-based milks and meats. He cited consumer confusion.
Now, he got confused, guys. He got confused. Truenow got confused. True now got confused. Okay. Let's go back. Let's take a look at this guy.
And now my state of Florida. Senator Keith Truenow recently
This guy got confused when he went to the grocery store, and he picked up some soy milk, and he was like, but it's not from a cow. Like he had a meltdown in the store. You know he did, and he threw the milk. Land of the free, indeed, indeed. Leave it to Florida. Of course, it's the whole South. It's the whole country. It's the whole country.
Submitted a proposed bill to ban the labeling of plant-based milks and meats. He cited consumer confusion. Now, all of these are getting challenged in courts, citing First Amendment rights. Previous FDA administrations have been working on guidelines to properly label foods and make sure that consumers are aware of what they're purchasing. As of right now, they said the current labeling was fine and provided a consistency across the nation. But with the new administration in place, who knows what is going to be safe? The main argument is that consumers might be misled into assuming that plant-based milks like almond, soy, or oat might be nutritionally equivalent to cow's milk. They argue that milk should be defined as a product from a
Wow. I mean, what a disaster if people are confused when they read the nutritional label.
lactating animal, which has been the FDA's historical definition. There is also an element of protecting the dairy industry. The dairy industry has suffered
An element of that's all this is, though. That's all this is.
for declining sales in recent years, while plant-based milk alternatives have surged. The shelf space that used to occupy dairy milk now occupies a lot of plant-based milks. Farmers and dairy groups argue that allowing plant-based brands to use milk unfairly benefits them by associating them with an established product. Some lawmakers argue that allowing plant-based brands to use the term milk on their label could lead down a slippery slope of allowing lab-grown meats and cheeses to use protected terms. All this actually aligns with laws over in Europe, where milk, cheese, and butter are restricted to dairy products. And then on top of that, dairy advocates argue that cow's milk has nutritional benefits over.
You guys ever seen like some of the plant milks and stuff? Like they'll use like MYLK, like common misspellings, and then they're even trying to outlaw that in some places.
For plant-based alternatives, protein, calcium, and vitamins, where plant-based milks vary. They claim banning the term milk.
But, you know, I keep getting told that it doesn't matter, you know, what product you buy. It's not going to have any effect on the dairy industry. If that were the case, I don't think they'd be fighting tooth and nail to stop soy milk and oat milk from using terms like milk.
Plant-based milk labels protects consumers from believing that plant-based milk alternatives offer the same benefits. Now, if this is your first time watching me, you might not have noticed, but
What did they say, doggo? Curious if our friends at the Center for Consumer Freedom have ever commented on plant milks. They have. It's dumb. What did they have to say? One can debate whether almond milk should be allowed to use the word milk. Another debate is whether it can use almond. Oh my God. Oh my God. Land of the free.
A completely different person. You can go back to videos, 3 years old and see for yourself. So yeah, I've talked about my weight loss a lot on this channel. I've lost over 110 pounds. You could tell from those pictures.
Wow, congratulations to that guy.
It's been pretty dramatic. I was able to do that with the help of tracking, and I was able to track my body with.
And like
the human.
There's probably some people out there
offer the labels, protects consumers from believing that plant-based milk alternatives offer the same benefits. Now, if this is your first time watching me, you might not have noticed, but I am a completely different person. You can go back to videos,
Yeah, look at him there. And there are going to be some people that say to him now, I'm sure, like, wow, you look malnourished. You look so unhealthy now. Oh my God.
3 years
old.
That
looks great.
And see for yourself. So yeah, I've talked about my weight loss a lot on this channel. I've lost over 110 pounds. You could tell from those pictures. Nice. It's been pretty dramatic. I was able to do that with the help of tracking, and I was able to track my body with the Hume Health Body Pod, today's sponsor. The Body Pod is a passable and full with the coming back.
He's got sponsors.
Muscle mass tracking. Map. So get and save up to. This is also HSA and FSA eligible.
Channel that I've never heard of before, and I'm not throwing shade. I just have never heard of it. Has over 600,000 subscribers. That's amazing. So huge channel.
So
I'm curious why it's escaped my attention.
if you have HSA or FSA, incredible technology fusion. That's the one thing that all of these politicians cite. But according to the argument has been about confusion.
Yeah,
That's the one
confusion.
thing that all of these politicians cite. But according to research and polling, that is simply not the case. In 2023, the FDA conducted focus groups. They concluded that consumers understand that plant-based milk alternatives.
What's up, Kane? Okay, let's see. 8 minutes behind, so you're gonna have to do this. The fast speed sauce stash is not vegan, by the way. Gotcha. Okay. Well, at least he seems to be quite plant-based.
Do not come from cows. Now, if you don't want to believe the FDA, how about Harvard Law? They did a study in 2023 that indicated no significant evidence of consumer confusion. Or the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law. It was a study that they found that consumers are unlikely to believe plant-based products contained any animal-derived ingredients. And in fact, their study showed that it eliminated consumer confusion. Plant-based food labeling helped consumers find the products that they were looking for. Consumers were more easily able to identify plant-based products from their animal counterparts. Now, I can keep listing studies. There's a ton of them. There's polling and research from the PBFA, Cornell University, Ipsos, and the International Food and Information Council. They all found that current labeling of plant-based products would suffice for customers to understand the difference between plant-based products and their animal counterparts. It's incredible. So even though these politicians are saying it's about confusion, what else could it really be about? We have to think about all of those poor farmers, right? Ever since I was young, I was told to vote at the polls and with my wallet. If the dairy industry is suffering, that is the fault of their own. When people started looking for alternatives to dairy products, no one, and I mean no one, forced these dairy farmers' hands.
The dairy industry would be suffering a lot more if it wasn't for the fact that they get so much government subsidies to prop them up. I think I've heard someone say before, don't quote me on this, but that the dairy industry just wouldn't exist without the subsidies in its current state. Don't quote me on, I don't know. I am not an economist, but they get a lot of government bailout money and are getting more probably now with the bird flu, since their herds are now getting infected with bird flu.
To continue producing millions of gallons of milk, while new companies were formed to fill the void that consumers were looking for. But instead of the dairy industry deciding to spend their money big on innovation, they decided to spend their money big on lobbying. The dairy lobby is filled with over 33 clients, which involves pretty much every major name in dairy. In 2024 alone, the dairy lobby donated millions of dollars to conservative lawmakers, many of which are the same lawmakers writing the laws that are banning the labeling and calling you too stupid to.
Oh, conservative lawmakers get a lot, but you know who else gets a lot? Tammy Baldwin, liberal senator of Wisconsin, who introduced the, what is it? The Dairy Pride Act. Oh, yeah. She's a piece of work. Yeah. The Dairy Pride Act. Don't quote me on this again, because I haven't looked at this in a while. But Tammy Baldwin, I believe, is like at least one of the main sponsors, if not the main sponsor of the Dairy Pride Act, which is what we're talking about, like them trying to make sure that plant-based milks can't label their products as milk, because it's such a big concern for these very serious senators, right? I believe it was backed by Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota and what's his name? John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, who also like spent a lot of, these are all Democrats, by the way, who spent a lot of last year, an election year, talking about how he backed Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida's push to ban lab-grown meat. So yeah, this is what our very serious senators are working on. And yeah, and you know, I don't know if y'all noticed, but a big political event occurred last year as well, and has carried over to this year, which means that our government is now even more serious, much more serious now.
Understand the difference between plant-based milk and dairy milk. Along with that, loads of money.
Y'all's comments. Here's another gem. How many almonds are actually in almond milk? That's from who? The Consumer, what were they? Center for Consumer Freedom. Is that right? Is that where that was from? Oat and soy milk don't come from cows. Felix, that's why you come to this channel. It's for the education. For the education. Doggo, I think it's just another example of how Democrats capitulate to right-wingers all the time. Seriously. But some of them just are completely beholden to agriculture interests, like Tammy. I mean, she was posting all these cringy, like, it wasn't just that she introduced this bill. She spent like every day talking about it on Twitter and going to dairy farms and petting cows. And I was using cows as props for her propaganda shit. It was so obnoxious. God, I'm so glad that I do not live in Wisconsin, because I would have had a really hard time choosing in that election. Could I have pulled the lever for Tammy Baldwin? Ugh.
I
don't think I could do it.
Bundled into advertisers and influencers, promoting new trends like the carnivore diet or raw milk diet. You've got to be kidding me that we are in a time period where there are people spouting eating whole sticks of butter or drinking unpasteurized, bacteria-filled, pus-filled milk is the new healthy trends. You've got to be kidding me. We are literally living in the time of idiocracy. Oh, and I forgot the nutritional profile argument. That's a tough one. I might concede. There are many different plant-based milk alternatives. A lot of them are really unhealthy. Lots of them have sugar added.
Hang on. A lot of them are really unhealthy. Where's the evidence for that? If you're going to make that claim, back it with some evidence, because I don't believe there is evidence of that. Sure. Wait, what the hell? Oh, wait. Okay. What is this? Chocolate milk? Cocoa process? What? Okay. Anyway, we're talking about a comparison to dairy, though. We know that dairy is terrible for us. So when you say something is unhealthy, it's like saying like a Beyond Burger is unhealthy. Well, a Beyond Burger might not be a health food, but in comparison to an actual burger, I would call it pretty healthy. Yeah. Okay. I guess this is just going to be a Jeremy rant stream.
Flavoring. Oh, wait a minute. That's chocolate milk, strawberry milk. Those have been around for decades. But we also have chocolate and strawberry oat milk. But some plant-based milk alternatives are not good for you. They're loaded with sugars, gums, emulsifiers, flavorings, while other plant-based milk alternatives are just what they are. I didn't need to go to a specialty.
Fair point. He got me. I was too quick.
Grocery store to find these. I just picked them up at my regular grocery store. This is filtered water and walnuts. Nutritionally, this is 120 calories for an 8-ounce serving. 1 gram of carbs, 11 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein. It doesn't have nearly as much protein, but does have calcium and potassium. Same thing with this one here. Water and almond.
Yeah, and by the way, soy milk has like 7 grams of protein. Pea milk has like 8 or 9. It's higher, I think, even. So yeah, if protein is the big concern, and by the way, protein is never the big concern. I mean, it is in our heads, but it's not a big concern. If you eat food, you're going to get enough protein. Okay, so it's not really a concern how much protein. But if you're like trying to bulk or something, you really want a lot of protein, and you need a milk alternative, then go with pea milk or with soy milk, or find a different one that I don't even know about.
Good amount of calcium and potassium, and only 130 calories per 8 ounces. And even though cow's milk does have more protein, it also has more calories and more saturated.
What's up among the pines? How are you?
Fat. In a country with an obesity problem, that might be an issue we want to look at. And some plant-based milks are far better for you than dairy milk. Hemp milk, it's great for your heart, blood pressure, and cholesterol. Other plant-based milks are high in fiber. They have calcium. They're just good for your bones. And pretty much all plant-based milks are far, far better for the environment. On top of that, over 50 million Americans are lactose intolerant. They can enjoy plant-based milks without suffering. The alternatives exist for a reason. Now, I'm not trying to push plant-based milks. That's not the agenda of this video. The agenda of this video...
It's the agenda of this reaction to this video, though. I'm pushing the plant-based milks.
is common sense and freedom of speech. If you want to make a difference, I know this is a small issue, but it is a slippery
Not a
slope.
small issue.
Call your senator and let them know that you are not dumb and you understand the difference between plant-based alternatives. As a consumer, you have a right to choose. The dairy industry doesn't need any more help. Bottom line, labeling restriction laws appear to be more about dairy industry protectionism than it has anything to do with advocating for the consumer. Again, call your senator and make sure you ask for a response. Otherwise, it just gets noted and pushed away. If you want to help stop the Florida legislation before it comes law, call Senator Keith Truenow. He's the one who wrote this bill. Tell Senator Truenow that you don't approve before it comes law. Call Senator.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all can do with that as you will.
Keith Truenow. He's the one who wrote this bill. Tell Senator Truenow that you don't appreciate being called stupid. You understand the difference.
Good video. I like that. Don't know anything about that guy. Kane says he's not vegan, but that was a good video. So there's the link to that. All right. So, yeah, I might watch more of that guy's stuff to see what he's all about. I did like scan through. He seems vegan. He seems like he's talking all about vegan food and stuff. So you got any more intel on that, Kane? Let's see. I don't want to lead y'all astray now. All right. Victorious Vegan is back, guys. I have not watched this yet. I wanted to watch it immediately, but I'm like, no, I should watch it on a stream. So I haven't watched this yet, but Victorious Vegan dropped a video, and I'm very excited because her videos have been really fun to react to so far. But they've mostly been like a year old or a little older. But now we got a new one. So buckle your seatbelts. All right. Pescatarian. Oh, God. All right, we'll work on him. We'll get on him. We'll get on that guy. He seems like a good guy. That was a smart video, honestly. I thought his takes were pretty spot on. The only thing I really disagree with him saying is it's not that big of an issue. It's definitely a big issue to me. I think, where I would say like maybe it's kind of clownish that our senators are focused on that. Instead of like, out of one side of their mouth, they're talking all about how there's like this climate emergency, right? Oh, Tammy Baldwin, you'll see it. Oh, we got to do something about climate change while I try to protect the dairy industry in my state. Pathetic. Pathetic. All right. Victorious Vegan. Show that. Show that. Show that one. There we go. All right. Cool. Argentina Steakhouse. Oh man, you know these Brazilian steak places where it's like you go in there and it's like all you can eat meat. Like they keep on bringing you like, I don't know if most of y'all have probably been vegan longer than I have. I've been vegan like 7 years, but like very shortly before I went vegan, we would love going into this place and they bring you all this stuff and they carve meat for you, and it was like so decadent and like decadent and depraved. It was very depraved, and I mean, talk about a disaster for animals, the climate. Like these places are obscene. I don't know if this Argentina Steakhouse is like that. I don't know anything about it. Keystone Cops, eh? Right. Sorry to make you watch it again there, Felix. Feelings, please. Uh-oh. This is not the first encounter. The Rockville Center Police Department has repeatedly wrongfully infringed on the rights of animal rights activists. I'm shocked by that. Damn.
There's little kids over here. Can we not do that in front of little kids?
What, murder animals?
Well,
And eat them?
what I'm saying is, I'm not discussing that. What I'm saying is, I don't think the kids should be viewing.
Am I being arrested right now?
You're not being arrested, but I don't think the kids should be seeing this.
Oh, kids shouldn't be seeing this. I don't see any little kids, but I do see this guy and this guy and this guy. They all seem to be looking at it. The job of the police is to uphold the law, not infringe on your rights because of their personal beliefs. Victoria, why didn't you think about the children? Victoria. On.
You can get your message
That's
across.
a good
That's fine.
opinion. Right.
All right. Well, you can do what you want, but I don't think kids should be seeing this.
Ooh.
Yeah. Why?
Upgraded name, eh, Nathan? Nathan for Animal Freedom. Plants Mary is here as well. Hello, guys. Thanks for popping in. This is Victorious Vegan.
Because they're little kids. They don't need to be seeing what you're coming to.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
That's fine. You do what you got to do.
Yeah. Maybe don't murder animals and make your kids desensitized to violence, right?
That's not what I'm not doing.
Oh, are you sure? Uh-oh. He looks like he means business. He looks like he means business. What are you going to do, Victoria? The problem is Victoria has no experience dealing with police, so I'm really worried. Remember this for later. A cop specifically telling me I was not allowed to be there if I was blocking the traffic flow.
You just can't have this. I don't get that anything else. You're allowed to be here.
Imagine you were like, wait. Imagine you were like that guy and that guy, and you're like chomping down on steak, and there's someone like showing you like the bloodbath that is animal agriculture on a screen, like right across from you. No, they can't do single file, then you're.
I'm just telling you. I'm not trying to get you a problem. You're allowed to be here.
He just said, okay, he just said, I'm not trying to give you a problem. I'm telling you you're allowed to be here. All right, then. All right. So you can go now. Bye.
Say anything else that you're allowed to be here?
I know you have to say something, so okay.
I don't have to say something. What are you talking
Okay. So this is a long video now. That should have been the end of the interaction with the police, but maybe not. Uh-oh, kid. Turn down the brightness. Could you turn down the brightness, Victoria? Yes, I believe this is the first video in at least a year. So yes, glad to see her back. I don't know Victoria personally. We have spoken before, and I get the sense that Victoria has been doing activism all that time. Or, at least, doing cubes, and which is activism. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply that. That's not activism. But, yeah, she's been doing activism all this time. Yeah, so let's see. Wait, what did that say? Negative feedback helps you gauge your reach. Next door, customers were watching and affected.
Is it, well, it's not necessarily murder animals, so I think.
This is how we survive.
Appeal to.
Yeah, the reason.
we're carnivores. We eat meat. This is the natural cycle.
Yeah, well, men rape women, and that's natural. That's not a justification.
That's not natural. You can't compare one with the other.
Well, all these animals are raped into existence, and they're brutally murdered. How do you justify that? This is standard legal.
I know it's hard to hear, guys. I hope y'all can hear it all right. I don't know if she's talking to a police officer or like the owner. Vegans and animal rights activists' rights are violated all the time. Apparently, there are more vegans than trans individuals, which someone said is grounds for anti-discrimination and free speech laws. Yeah, I've been talking to a lot of people in the UK lately, and I think veganism is protected, protected as a belief in the UK. Maybe in Canada too.
Pigs are murdered in gas chambers. On the backs of others, that's not acceptable. Right? What if you were in a gas chamber? Let me ask you, what if you were in a gas chamber? Would you want someone to be
You're exaggerating the point. That's not the point.
Individuals are literally murdered in gas chambers.
She's not exaggerating the problem. She's asking, what if humans were in that position, which they have been. And we view that as one of the darkest chapters of human history.
And these victims are trying to live, and they're being murdered. And
there's other ways of doing it.
Like what? What can I say to you right now to convince you to no longer explain murder animals?
I own a plant-based business.
Okay, that's not what we're here talking about. I'm saying, what is the correct way?
This is interesting. The guy said, I own a plant-based business. So the owner of a plant-based business is getting butthurt that there's a vegan activist on the street in front of a steakhouse. So is this the owner of the steakhouse and he also has a plant-based business? Just trying to make money from everybody.
What is the best way for me to convince you to no longer exploit, abuse, and murder animals? What can I say to you?
Stay over there.
You already know about
Now stay over there. Stay over there.
it, right? So it's you, not me.
Well, okay, so he's not the business owner. Pretty sure I just heard stay away from his business.
You already know about it, right? So it's you, not me. What can I say to you? You already know about it, right? So it's you, not me.
Not in front of his business. So who is this? Is this the cop? Who is this? It's not the cop because it's a plant-based business owner, according to the person anyway. Why is my computer not charging? Damn it. Okay, there it is. All right.
So what you're saying is it's not
Stay over there, but don't stay in front of his business. The man is trying to make a living. He's paying rent. He's trying to build a business. And here you are
cut your own head off,
sabotaging.
and you'll be on the street, right?
You're
That'll be
exaggerating. Find something
What
better
is
to
the
do.
difference
Find
between
something
murdering
better
a
to do.
human animal and a non-human animal? Explain it to me, and I'll leave. I'll leave if you can
There's a
justify
big difference.
what is
The
that
big difference, according to the plant-based business owner. Okay. Not that we're discriminated. Sorry, I'm reading Plants Mary. Not that we're discriminated in the same way or severity or anything, but it would be cool to have more legal protections, especially for protesting, activism, and outreach. Yeah. And I mean, that's across the board for all protesters. Protesting in general is under attack. In fact, there's this bill, I think that was proposed that probably stands a decent chance of getting enacted that would basically give Donald Trump the power to unilaterally decide that nonprofits are no longer nonprofits if they engage in various forms of like freedom of speech. And at least according to the articles that I was reading about this, the target of this was the pro-Palestinian protesters. But obviously, if you know anything about like how this country has treated, and I'm talking about America, and of course many other countries, has treated animal rights activists, it isn't that hard of a leap to assume that that would also be used to dismantle animal rights groups and anything that the government doesn't like.
What is the, tell me the difference. If it's so big, then say it. It's so big.
Humans are carnivores.
We're not carnivores.
We're not. What are we?
We're herbivores.
Once again, guy claims he owns a plant-based business, just said humans are carnivores. Not even omnivores, carnivores. Basic shit. Dahmer was a cannibal. That did not justify him killing and eating his victims. That word, which I think is not well loved on YouTube, also aren't justified to, oh, I guess that's the word they don't like. That to whatever. You can read it. This was a dodge. I failed to point that out. Humans being carnivores, which obviously they're not, is irrelevant to what the moral difference between murdering humans, animals, and non-human animals is.
And it doesn't even matter what we claim to be or what's our
So then,
natural
what do you want
life.
everybody to run to jungles or
That's not how we eat plants, right? It's just not viewing other individuals as resources. How would,
You're
what
exaggerating
do you say?
Awkward date night, huh?
point?
Exactly.
The point is
not to
the point
abuse
is
others, right?
the gentleman has a business. He's trying to build
You're not
his
making
business.
the point.
You're hurting his business. Move it over there.
If they were eating-
You could claim
Who are you, dude? Who are you? And why are you talking to Victoria? Yeah, a lot of people seem to hate activists right now, even when they're fighting for causes they agree with. It's really disappointing. Don't they realize how historical revolutions happened? Right. Yeah, like if we get rid of the right to protest, that is a dark path.
You stake your claim anywhere you want. Just move over there.
Why don't you move on?
What?
Why don't you move on?
I'm just trying to make you understand that this poor guy has a business.
Holocausting other animals.
All
And
these
that's not
people here,
acceptable.
you're not getting anything across these people. They all love
Yeah,
you.
that's great.
They all enjoy themselves. They don't need you to
So then why are you having a problem with me doing this, right? This should be making carnivores hungry, right? This should be appetizing. Is it not appetizing, right? So what's the problem? I'm getting more customers then, right?
Valid point, Victoria. Yeah, they love meat, so they should love what's on the screen, right?
Right? Is that not right?
No.
No. If we're carnivores, people should be drooling and I should be, you're welcome. I'm giving you more customers. You're welcome. Yeah, there's no getting rid of it. Right. Murdering other animals. That's totally fine. I shouldn't be saying something. Thank you.
You know, in all likelihood, she's giving these people a lot of entertainment. So while this is awkward, they'll have a story to tell now. We were at this steak place and there was like a protest going on. The police were there and everything. And yeah. I'm sorry, but welcome to a city. Like, have you ever been to a city? Never mind.
Guys, all this shit is a piece of shit restaurant. Don't go there. 1 hour waiting for appetizers. And then right with this. And I ruined our dinner. And these two guys don't work here. These two work here. Yeah. And then I called the police because I ordered food and they took 1 hour to serve it. What are you doing here? This is not your restaurant. This is not
Who's this now?
your restaurant. I'll give you $20.
I was gonna pay for that fucking dinner!
What is happening right now? What is happening? I know she never disappoints, right, Felix? I don't know what's happening, Plants Mary. I do not know. It's hard to make it out. Someone got really upset. Victoria claims it wasn't about her. Are we sure about that, Victoria? Did you cause a chain of events to unfold? Well, we live in a society where it's acceptable to make a scene and protest about bad service. Whoa. So I guess they have really shitty service. I mean, I have seen some customers lose it before. That's quite an extreme reaction to bad service. That must have been some really, really bad service. Not about kidnapping, slavery, rape, and murder. Most humans are failures. Wow. They are having a bad day at this restaurant. They got protesters out front. They got people protesting their service inside. You know, maybe it's because some of those waiters were more interested in filming Victoria, as though that's going to bother her. What's up, Jeffrey? Nice to see you. I popped into your live stream. What was it, yesterday? Yesterday. But I didn't know what y'all were talking about. So I tuned out. But I'm going to start watching your streams more often. People have recommended them to me. And I really enjoyed your debates with Garland Farms. Just so you know, those were hilarious. Guys, if you're not subbed to Jeffrey, go ahead and do so. I know there aren't that many people in here, but sub to Jeffrey Phillips. People will start a screaming match and then blame the activists for it to try to prove that activists disrupt the peace when it was their own decision to react that way. Unreasonable reaction. Well, but I'm definitely not sad that there was a big protest at this restaurant. This is the face of cultural indoctrination. That's the face right there. That's it. That's it. We finally got the face. Another face. Black people are different than white people. Men are different than women. Children are different than adults. Dogs are different than cows. Fish are different than butterflies. The same reason applies to all of us as to why you ought not enslave, exploit, and cut our heads off. Tough to disagree with that there, Victoria. He's not happy, Victoria. Really not happy. I'd be mad too if I was getting that shitty service too. I'd be like, damn, like we're waiting on the check. We want to get out of here. I wish I could see that disruption that occurred inside. I want to know what the hell was happening.
Doing the right thing.
What about you? What about you? You need to do the right thing.
Whoa.
What about you?
This I did not expect. Someone walks out of the steak restaurant, says you're doing the right thing.
The right thing.
What about you? What about you? You need to do the right thing. Basic decency. Don't eat animals.
Maybe they were the ones who disrupted, huh? Maybe. I once got told I was racist for saying that races are different too, to argue that species differences shouldn't justify differential treatment, exploitation, or oppression. Oh, yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, me too. Oh, yeah. Because I use the slavery comparison all the time, and I get called racist for that. And I don't care. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is great. Smart. See, this is why people were pissed off. The staff was busy thinking of ways to block the protesters instead of, waiting on their table. This is like the sheets. This is like the white sheets, remember? Oh my God. Victoria. I'm with Felix. Yeah, Victoria always delivers with these videos. Acknowledging differences shouldn't make us treat each other differently. I don't know why we still don't just embrace our differences in 2025. Wasn't everyone taught to respect those who are different from you? A lot of people aren't taught that, unfortunately. It's basically another form of xenophobia, which originally just meant fear, aversion, hatred, or contempt for those that are different from you.
If it's not good enough for your eyes, it shouldn't be good enough for your stomach.
Oh, the sheets are out. What?
What do you think about our treatment of other animals?
Wonderful.
You do? See you later.
I think we eat more animals. We eat dogs and cats.
Can you justify that?
Just go home.
Can you justify that?
Just go home. Stop caring about things, Victoria. Stop spending your free time on this silly stuff, Just, why can't you just enjoy a nice night out on the town like these people?
I mean, can you justify?
This thing held up a tablecloth blocking my screens and also was actively deterring people from speaking with me for the duration of the night. It did this right next to the same police from earlier while clearly blocking foot traffic.
Murdering other animals?
Yeah.
What's the moral difference between murder and human?
Don't give her time. Don't give her a platform because it brings her back to the neighborhood.
In the midst of, okay, this Alex Hershaft. Nice. In the midst of our high-tech, ostentatious, hedonistic lifestyle, among the dazzling monuments to history, art, religion, and commerce, there are the black boxes. These are the biomedical research laboratories, factory farms, and slaughterhouses, faceless compounds where society conducts its dirty business of abusing and killing innocent, feeling beings. These are our... I'm not going to try to pronounce these. Sorry. I'm bad at my German. Like the good German burgers, we have a fair idea of what goes on there, but we don't want any reality checks. Warsaw Ghetto Survivor, Alex Hershaft. But don't you dare call it a Holocaust. No, no, no. Yeah, they warned Victoria against blocking traffic flow, but these giant plants on the sidewalk are perfectly okay. Exactly. Plants have more rights than animal activists. Yes. Well, you know, I mean, that is one of the common defenses, you know, plants' rights, right? So slight disruption of the peace is justified in the name of achieving peace for those of us who are denied it. Peace isn't genuine until it's extended to all sentient beings. Yeah. Wait. Oh. Switch that up. I just find it kind of funny that someone was so triggered that they stood there with these tablecloths, with this tablecloth. Already for this long is really funny. Once again, just turning what would have been a simple demonstration into great content. Well done. Couple turned around because the sidewalk was being blocked by the plants and the troll. They don't realize, like, this would have been, like, it would have already been probably good content for sure, but they made it great content now because it's funny now as well.
Vegetarians actually also pay for the rape and murder of cows and chickens, so I'm not condoning vegetarians. We shouldn't be exploiting any animals.
They're also drawing like an inordinate amount of attention to the demonstration as well. So it's not only great online content, but it's really attracting attention from passersby.
Right, so what is your justification for murdering other animals? This is not about vegetarians, right?
The next few minutes are just showing the blatant hypocrisy of the Rockville Center Police Department, allowing it to block pedestrians, but preemptively telling me I can't. You can skip to 16:30 if you're bored. Don't worry. You guys bored? I'm not bored. I find this funny. Okay. What do you say when someone uses belonging to a species that has members that can do X, like design rocket ships as a justification? Oh, is that a question for me? What do you say when someone uses, belonging to a species that has members that can do X, like design rocket ships? Well, I guess I would just say, like, you can't build rocket ships. So are you fair game? I mean, like, when's the last time you built a rocket ship? And also just like, why does building a rocket ship the criteria for us extending kindness and compassion to others? Like, Your dog, for instance, cannot build a rocket ship, nor has any interest to, although they will probably like to get out of here. So is your dog also fair game? Yeah, I guess that would be my answer to that.
Don't worry, I'm staying. She hates me. No, there's no reason for that. Like, no, listen, she believes in something. It's just the wrong platform. It's the wrong time. It's the wrong time. Doesn't matter. Listen, I love animals too. Listen, I mean, my right.
You love animals too? Oh, okay. Well, yeah. That's probably how I would react too, then, to a protester who's trying to protect animals. I mean, there's all this motion taking place too, so that's also drawing more attention. Like, does this person not realize how interesting they are making the scene? Yeah, if you haven't noticed, Victoria has done to this person what this person has done to animals by labeling them it. Which probably doesn't feel great if you're that person. Everybody has to pass by the plant. But oh no. But no, it's the activists that need to not block the sidewalk, right? I mean, look, like, this is making the point so well for Victoria. The censorship is an issue itself. Like, this is great. This is great. Because this person's doing what the industry is doing, which is putting up a barrier to seeing what goes on, which is just driving the point home even more. Because if someone's trying to hide me from seeing something, my inclination is to be like, I want to see that. You know, I don't know. Aren't you all the same way? Like, I use the banned books thing a lot. Like, if they ban a book for some reason, like, doesn't that make you more curious about it? Because you're like, oh, that must be spicy, that book. Yes, it's impressive what one activist can achieve on her own, Felix. I agree. Plants Mary, it sounds like an absurd reason to oppress others just because they can't engage in certain complex tasks, especially when it doesn't apply to people who can't do those things, but in a species that can. Right. We could just as easily say animals belong to a kingdom that can build rocket ships since they share that taxonomical group with us. Why stop at species in extending protection to individuals? Great point. Hadn't thought of that. That's why these streams are great. Expands my arsenal. It's inspiring what one activist can achieve on her own. Yes. I mean, those people right there, I mean, I would have been like, what the fuck is happening? That's not something you see every day.
Such distasteful rhetoric.
And who is this person? Like, do they have any connection to the restaurant?
Good evening, officer.
You understand?
Wait.
Do you understand?
Move it back.
Fucking lady.
Move it there.
Get out.
Yeah, like the park.
Sorry, chewing my edamame. Another insufferable bloodmouth that also wouldn't leave me alone. What's a bloodmouth? I don't know that term. It kept talking about hypocrisy and didn't understand that I was being satiric when I said I ate humans and was wearing them. Oh, bloodmouth might mean like eating meat or something.
Yeah, I can't just move it forward. I have to move back and then forward.
Get out. Get lost. Because you're a hypocrite.
Yo, can you remove this?
Get lost. Wait, tell this guy to wait. She's got to get out of here. She's got to push it out.
Oh, who are you?
Go elsewhere. Even your products, your TVs are made from dead animals. Go do your research. Go do your research. You see that? You see that phone? Tell me.
Yeah, Victoria, you see that phone? You see those TVs? They're made from dead animals. Go do your research. She knows. She's an expert. She's looked in, trust me, she's looked into this way more than you have, Victoria.
Tell me what it's made from. Tell me what it's made from. Get lost. Go.
Yeah, censorship. That is what we advocate in America.
The last time this happened,
I really can't stand him.
the last time this happened,
She's a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite.
I started knocking everything over and getting wild.
I bet you.
Trust me, she keeps this shit going. I'm telling you now.
Wait, this is a repeat customer? The last time this happened, I started knocking everything over and getting wild. Plus, if she keeps this shit going, I'm telling you now, I'm going to take your camera and I'm going to break every fucking piece of equipment that you have. You can film whatever you want. I remember you. Do you remember me? Is this the guy who held up the tablecloth before? Is this someone just following you around with a tablecloth? Wow. Wouldn't that be great if Victoria... No, I'm sorry. It would not be great if someone was stalking Victoria, but it would be hilarious if somebody was just following around animal activists with a tablecloth, just ready to block the screens at any moment. Just ready for it. I think bloodmouth is a derogatory term for carnists, similar to corpse crunchers or munchers, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, maybe. So, yeah, Kane, who I believe is here, but maybe catching up, also had his camera broken by some triggered fuck. And now this person's threatening Victoria with their equipment as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for, alerting her to that and giving her the evidence to hand in to the police if that happens.
Now, I'm going to take your camera and I'm going to break every fucking piece of it.
She's wearing stuff that's made from
She was with the guy wearing leather shoes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Always leather shoes, right? Yeah. The animal activists, they always show up with leather shoes. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Yeah. Yeah. The people who are so committed to veganism that they're standing in front of restaurants with TV cameras. Yeah, they definitely didn't bother to check whether or not they were buying leather shoes. Yeah. I know this happens all the time because at very many animal activist protests, some carnists will walk by and say, those are leather shoes. So it's shameful. Guys, we got to do better. Us in our leather shoes. Damn it. Guys, stop wearing leather shoes to your vegan protests. It's him. It's that guy. What is that dude? Who is that, Victoria? He's following you around? Buddy. Sorry, I got a pup. He's following you around? That guy? I thought he was drunk triggered. Now it turns out he's sober, unless he's drunk again. Oh, we remember you too. Oh, thank you to whoever it was who recommended. I think it was Felix that recommended that video. Oh, that was so great. I'm glad that we're seeing part 2.
You remember last time, sweetheart, right? I had this conversation.
That is so funny. How on earth is he there again? I gotta talk to Victoria about this one because that is so funny. So wait, this might be older, maybe. Is this older or is this like new? I wonder. Because I think, maybe there was stuff in the archives. Yeah, it could be vegan leather that they're wearing, or it could be like that their shoes look even nothing like leather. Like when a lot of people say like, those are leather shoes, they point at my shoes and like my shoes don't even look even close to leather. It's so funny. Like not even close. What are you wearing, hypocrite clown? They love to point at something even non-existent to deflect the focus away from their own actions. Everyone does it. And what's funny is like, not one of these individuals was targeted or anything. Like this is just someone standing there with a screen. So all the people are bringing attention to themselves by coming up so super triggered. It's so funny. Cell phone footage of where officer witnessed the threat to me by which he responded, address what? It's freedom of speech. Oh, it's freedom of speech. Oh.
Excuse me, can I get an order of the pig? I like that pig. I like that. Nice bird pot.
That's my favorite thing right there.
These are the people who think that humans are superior. Yeah. So superior, just this.
You know he just threatened me, right? You know he just threatened me, right? And you're not going to address that? You're not going to address that at all?
Trying to get him in right now. I didn't address what? It's freedom of speech, just like what you do.
Do you know what a threat
Freedom of
is?
speech.
Do you know what a threat is?
That's
You
right,
eat
it's freedom of
humans.
speech.
You just said you ate humans as a child.
Freedom of speech.
You were fed humans. So you're going to say you're normal? Get out. You're a hypocrite. Out. She's very...
What? Victoria, did you tell her that you were fed humans as a child? Something tells me you did not say that. She must have misheard you.
She's wearing stuff made from an animal.
Are you going straight? Where are you going? Excuse me.
Please. Get lost.
Can you?
Get
You can see it.
Please.
You eat humans. That's better. Eating humans is better.
Remember last time?
You eat humans? Victoria, did you make a crass comment to this woman and she took it literally?
Excuse me, can I get an order of the pig? I like that pig. Like that. Nice growth part.
That's my favorite thing right there.
Shit.
Nice, nice.
Hey, man, looks nice.
Is that the same guy again? Yes, right? This thing was obviously blocking foot traffic and was witnessed by multiple officers. Correct.
This guy loves it, man.
Oh yeah, man, it looks good. It looks really delicious, you know.
Oh my God. We've got to nominate him to David Rams for Meat Flake of the Year award. I think he'll win. I think he will win. He would have been an honorable mention already based on the last video, but to show up twice, that is exemplary meat flakery.
Oh, that's a beautiful steak.
It was, yes. It was actually nice and juicy. Tasted like the lips of the black woman. No, the lips of the black woman, that's the best.
Man. Lifetime achievement meat flake. Yes, lifetime achievement, especially if this was like spaced a year apart, which I'm kind of thinking maybe this was older footage that Victoria just put out. I'm not sure though. They don't even know what leather is. That's probably why. I'm ashamed to admit I didn't know it was cow skin for a long time. Oh, interesting. It's not discussed in society because it's an unpleasant fact. I did know it was cow skin. I didn't think much about it though. I definitely didn't give it much thought. Yeah. Too late. Too late. She got you again. She got you again. God.
Can you get him? He's
No,
made threats
he's
to me.
allowed. This is
He's
his
made
restaurant.
violent threats to me because he's touching my.
That's not his restaurant. Is that his restaurant? No way. No. He's the drunk passerby.
So listen, we could go
And
back and
none
forth.
of you guys are
I'm
doing
not gonna-
anything.
We don't have to.
Yeah, if he's
No, 'cause
touching my
you're-
stuff,
he's not
yes,
touching it.
and he's in my way.
Is your stuff damaged?
That's disgusting, and I don't want it on.
Is your stuff damaged? You had just been talking to Victoria about not blocking the sidewalk. Remember? It's on camera. Sorry, I'm blocking. It's on camera.
On my stuff.
Yeah, so he's allowed to do that. If he wants.
Tell him not to touch my stuff, and tell him not to threaten. I don't know why you're not.
He's not threatening. I
He
didn't
did.
hear. I
He
didn't hear.
did threaten. You guys heard that before. You two did. Did you not hear him threaten? He said. Yes, he did. Yes, he said that he was gonna take all my stuff and smash it if I stayed here. That's what he said. He did say that.
That is what he said. We had it on the screen, and I was even able to read it because Victoria transcribed it for me. So now it's immortalized on my live stream as well as on hers as well. So now it's just spreading further. everyone here should also do a reaction on your channels to this. The leather episode of Dirty Jobs is one of the grossest ones, doggo. Yeah, I bet. I assume leather was made of plants or artificial chemicals, probably because a lot of it actually is vegan. I didn't understand why vegans didn't wear it. Then when I learned why, it shocked me. I'm trying to remember. I think Dominion, I believe, has a pretty significant segment talking about leather. Is it Dominion? It might be Earthling. I don't know, maybe both. But yeah, that was quite eye-opening.
Also, I mean, your sign says how.
What? What did he just say? Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again.
Also, I mean, your sign says how.
Wow, wow, wow. Her sign says Holocaust, and that's pretty threatening. Okay, so was she threatening a Holocaust? Dude. Do they let anybody be a cop? Do they let anybody be a cop? Share this video far and wide. We're not done, but I'm going to put the link to it. There it is. You guys know what to do. Like it, sub to Victoria, share the video, react to it like I'm doing. Okay, good. We've got the threatening sign. Guys, cover your eyes if you don't want to be threatened. Our grandchildren will ask us one day, where were you during the Holocaust of the animals? We won't be able to offer the same excuse for the second time that we didn't know. Which is a quote. Helmut Kaplan. Dr. Helmut Kaplan. Interesting. I want to look them up. Helmut Kaplan. It's in German. Let me get the English one. Sorry, I'm on Wikipedia. Is an Austrian philosopher and animal rights advocate. Quotes. Here's a good one. Everything the Nazis did to Jews, we are today practicing on animals. Our grandchildren will ask, oh, that's the same quote. Sorry, that's the same quote. Quoted in Eternal Treblinka, which is a great book. If you have not read Eternal Treblinka, read that book. And check out my interview with Liesel Appel. I did 2 interviews with Liesel, who grew up in Nazi Germany, discovered her parents were Nazis, and is featured in that book. The word Holocaust is only threatening if you're a Nazi. They prefer to deny the Holocaust was even real. Yeah, Felix, there's no danger of these cops building rocket ships. Agreed. Plants Mary reminds me of when animal activists are accused of promoting animal abuse when they share footage of it. Yeah, which is why a lot of our stuff, why a lot of our stuff gets shadow banned or something.
What's your badge number?
425 HUGLI.
What would you like me to do? What would you like me to see? She's allowed to do it. Fair enough. Am I? Thank you.
Officer, he's not allowed to be counter-protesting in my way.
Why not?
Because he's not.
Why? What law?
Because he's blocking this.
What law?
And he's in the way.
That's a good question, officer. Can you tell me the law that you were trying to use to tell Victoria about how she wasn't allowed to block the sidewalk? Can you cite that law? Because I'm guessing you cannot. And if you could, you'd apply that to the guy But obviously, you're just showing your bias, aren't you? Yes, you are.
So listen, you're allowed to protest,
Yeah,
right?
but he's not allowed. He could protest over there.
No, he could be right here in front
No,
of
he's
you.
blocking.
He's not protesting.
He's
He's stopping people. His patrons don't want to watch this. So if they don't want to watch it, he's allowed to stand in front of them. Right? They don't have to. So he's going to stand there. And he can also be here. So
he needs to get away.
If you could be here, then you could be here. That's it.
I feel like Victoria should have been bringing up the sidewalk blockage thing. One minor mistake, I think, Victoria, because I feel like that's the issue. Like, I agree, he can be a triggered meat flake if he wants to be, but he is blocking the sidewalk.
What's your badge number?
7-4.
Sexual tension.
Yeah, but he needs to get away.
If you could be here, then you could be here. That's it. So,
What's your badge number?
Clearly, the sexual tension is real. Who said that?
7-4.
Sexual tension going on. Yeehaw. And above all, I will not allow any civil discussions, free thought, or challenge to the status quo because that hurts my brain, my fifis. Yes. Finally, you get it, Victoria. Fifis are being hurt. We got to protect the fifis. That's, I like you, Victoria, but I feel like you don't protect the fifis. You're not protecting these people's fifis. And that hurts my fifis. Now my fifis are hurt. Damn it. Every time I watch your videos, my fifis. Let me finish. My fifis and requires me to take personal responsibility for my action. Yeah, I feel like I have to take personal responsibility when I watch your videos too. Do you swear to be the best feelings police of all the land and ignore violent threats and harassment? Yes. Yes, he does. Take that oath. I found this random comment. Audit the audit. Fearless protester forces cops to back down. Yeah.
Please, I'll give you some information too.
What are you guys are talking about?
Yeah, well, basically, this is the largest Holocaust ever in existence.
About what?
Humans murder these animals by the trillions every single year, and we don't need to. And it's just because they're different.
Where's tablecloth guy? When you need him, guy, someone's getting exposed to facts and you're not there. What happened? Where's tablecloth guy?
Yeah, some people eat humans too. Do you think that we could justify behaving like this towards others? Or fish? What do you think the difference?
Well, that's not this is a little bit better, but
what is the moral difference between putting a human animal into a gas chamber and putting a pig into a gas chamber?
human animal in the chamber.
We don't have to eat other animals. Yeah, but they're not sentient, right? Do that? Of course they're alive, but they don't. No, they are a thinking individual who values their life just like you and I. They don't think. They don't have a brain.
Come on, man.
That's not.
Love it, man. Love it so much.
Oh my God. Where were you? We needed you.
I feel like back in my country.
She still thinks we're bothered. We don't care.
Let's find a compromise. Let's find somewhere that your message makes sense instead of in front of this small bus.
I feel like this guy's working for Victoria. Like he went away when someone was there with the questions. And then when that guy walked away, he was right back at it. This guy is doing the work for her. Draw them in, draw the attention. Be like, oh, we can't see what's behind that sheet. And yeah.
Don't go like the ladies, please. Let me see the ladies. I'm sorry, I apologize. Come through, come through. Very nice to see you. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Victoria, you should have walked away and had them do that and then be like, oh, okay, I'll come back. I'll come back. I'll come back. That would have been hilarious.
Can you get this person to stop following me, officer?
Are you leaving? Where are you going right now?
Away from him.
Am I in my right to continue walking down the street?
So you're harassing her?
I'm harassing her? Okay, good night. You know what you do is harass everyone with this bullshit, right?
Officer, is there a reason why you said that you would remove me if there was people coming by and you didn't do it to him?
My sergeant was
Because he was blocking pedestrian traffic and you saw that.
He really, like you said, he was in a single file right going through. Like I said, if there was
Yeah,
a group going
they
by,
were.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If the animal activists left that amount of room for people to walk by, you think you would have had the same response? Well, people could walk single file, they could get by. Yeah, they remember they were ducking, they had to like push the plant over to get by. Oh my god, so funny.
That were held up
And the police wonder why they're not respected.
because of that person. And you did nothing.
There are good cops,
don't have
by
to
the
do
way.
anything, but-
There are good police. And it must be so embarrassing when you're actually like trying to do good that you have clowns like this representing you and just making, yeah. All right. Sorry, I haven't checked the comments in a bit. Truth and transparent. We're not supporting something by exposing, drawing attention to it. Those actions thrive in darkness, secrecy. So shining a light on the truth naturally exposes to criticism. Truth and transparency is the main enemy and threat to animal ag industries. People might continue to defend their actions, but it's much harder when the truth about the industries they support becomes known. And yes, she put a lot of effort into these videos. Don't forget about their wallets, doggo, right? Yeah. Always the plants talk. George Martin has a great thread on Twitter where he juxtaposes common plants, though, arguments against headlines about other human atrocities. We are animals after all, so the same excuse could apply.
If it was me, you would have done something.
you weren't blocking pedestrian traffic.
Exactly.
I said you weren't.
I wasn't, but he was.
He wasn't either.
He was totally blocking. People had to wait for him to. How did you not see that?
That's
My
fine.
sergeant was here and two other guys were here.
You should do the same thing when they go to abortions too. How we kill babies.
Wow, they're so triggered up there in New York, huh? This is New York, right? Man. Yeah. You'd think they'd be a little like more used to it.
Oh, the abortion clinic.
Okay.
Save the children.
Yeah, there's the children. There's the children. You see it? There's the children. Oh my God. Another winner by Victoria. Every video I've seen from Victoria's has been a winner. There's the video. Make sure you do the things we said before, like it, subscribe to Victoria. All right. That was awesome. All right, guys, I am going to take a chance. I wanted to react to this To the Grave thing, but because I've been talking about that band a lot, and in my interview with Dane, the singer from To the Grave, I referenced this interview from the Garza podcast, which I am not sure if I'm able to share or not, or react to, but I thought, why not? Let's try. If I get kicked off, I get kicked off, whatever. Then I'll get like a warning on my channel or something, but might as well try it. So I'm gonna try it. This was phenomenal, by the way. And we may not watch the whole thing because the whole thing isn't about animals. Um, but I like these guys a lot. So this was like one of those moments where, you know, the animal rights message got out to an audience that normally doesn't get it, namely the metal community, right? So let me try playback speed 1.25. Someone suggested that at one point. Maybe that'll help. I'll pause frequently, but this might be one of those copyright things. So anyway, I'll just go ahead and link to it. So if y'all want to watch it, like, I mean, obviously you can find it, but there's the link to the video we're right about to watch too. So if I get kicked off, oh well, whatever. If I do get kicked off, guys, I have an incredible interview that is maybe dropping tomorrow, maybe dropping the following day. I can't promise because I have some work to do on it, but it's going to be badass. I like it a lot. So look out for that.
Any of them would just ask. I'm sure it's goes to the rest of us. Like, I'm happy to sit there and be like,
Totally.
here's the steps. It's not hard. It's just hard work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a good way to put it. It's not hard. It's just hard work.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what needs to be on. Everyone knows what needs to be done. Man, like, kind of got me. Thank you.
It's the first time in my life I've ever said anything smart. So I'm glad the cameras are all.
Well, I'm glad we got it on camera.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Use EMG pickups because they help you get the heaviest tone possible. Head over to emgpickups.com.
Okay, guys, and if you don't know who this is, well, so this is Garza. Someone explained to me that this is like a legend in the deathcore metal scene. So I don't know who they are. They did a great interview, I will say that. But To the Grave is this Australian deathcore band that almost all of their music now, if not all of their music, is about hardcore, militant animal rights and animal rights activism, which is badass.
And use my promo code HEAVY at checkout and get 50. We good? Live? Okay.
We going?
Dude, are we fucking?
Are we live? Is this thing on?
Live?
We good? Live? Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so that's Dane Evans. That's a singer. These are other band members, I believe. That's what's his name? Damn, I'm blanking on his name. He's one of the main guys in the band as well. And that's Garza. I'm not sure who that is. I don't know. I think these guys are all part of the band. But anyway,
I just ruined my own podcast. Cool.
No, kill it.
Cool.
No intro's about the message, you know?
Well, yeah, guys, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us, Chris. We appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. Shout out to Sabian from Alpha.
that's right. The latest video on their channel is called DXE or Die. Y'all know what DXE is, right? Direct Action Everywhere. The group who I help out on press with.
Well, he introduced me to your band.
Oh, no shit.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Love you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
What are people from Australia drinking? Because it's the shit that's coming out, dude.
Poison.
Poison.
Yeah.
So you need poison to write sick ass riffs.
Well, the theory is like we're in the future. We're 16 hours ahead, so we just get all the sick riffs before they make it here.
That's you guys get records before us.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's the
Spotify takes over like the day before compared to you guys. Basically, like as soon as it hits midnight in Australia, we have it.
Yeah.
Does that work for? I mean, everything like podcasts and YouTube.
Dude, yep.
And you guys, you got a job to do, okay? That is to keep talking in the chat, because when I tried to react to the Jubilee thing with my buddy, they took it down, and the only way that I knew that we had been taken down off was that people had just like literally stopped communicating. And there's my glitch. Fucking hell. All right. right when I was thinking I need to take, probably it still says Victorious Vegan on the screen, right? Oh, Lord. Okay, let me see if I can put this on the screen. There we go. Okay, hang on. I got it. To the grave. And there's a comment. Y'all let me know. Okay. Show. Did it show? Okay. I think I got it. Despite the glitch, we power forward.
I didn't think about that.
It's fun for us, right? Because our biggest markets are out here. So when we post that something's officially out, everyone in America is going, no, it's not. Like, we can't access it. We can't see it here. Like, fuck, I don't know, a few hours and you should be able to hear it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a benefit.
Yeah.
Not wrong. Dude, it's kind of cool. Gets a bit of hype on it before everyone hears it over here. Yeah.
The day the new Cannibal record dropped, I had Ben in my DMs being like, "Yo, is it sick?" I was like, yeah, it's fucking excellent.
Damn, dude.
Ben from Shadow. But yeah.
I wonder if there's a way to like hack the system where like we could be here, but we're on Australian time.
Interesting.
RIP your sleeping schedule.
Oh yeah, like that. I barely have a sleeping schedule. So we all do. We're all.
What is that?
We're all barely sleeping, dude.
Yeah, sleep is not part of the schedule.
No. It's funny that playing music is the easy part. It's handling everything around it.
Oh, dude.
Can you handle like the lack of sleep and not kill the people around you?
Yeah.
Can you do that? I mean,
we're still here. So
step further, man. Like even just doing merch some nights, like you get off stage, because we pretty much all do it ourselves. Like Ice helps with us as well, but like you get off stage some nights just shattered, but you can play another set, but it's standing there for half an hour and doing merch and all these conversations that are like kind of draining. You know what I mean? So it's funny that like it's not even the show that's the most exhausting part of it, all really.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially if you're an introvert, you do have kind of like a social battery.
Big time.
Oh yeah. And I try, dude. You try to fucking recharge it, or you try to push yourself, but it's just not there sometimes. Like
dude. And then you back.
One of the DXC members told me, that Jeremy, you have a social battery. I had never even heard the term before, but I was explaining how sometimes when I'm out there with those activists, like, because a lot of people in DXC, like, they do everything together. A lot of times they live together. They do all kinds of activities and stuff. And I'm a fairly private person. I like a little bit of seclusion. So whenever I'm out there, I really don't get much seclusion. And I expressed that to, it was Kitty. I expressed it to Kitty and she said, yeah, Jeremy, you have like a social battery. Never heard the term before. That's what happens when you live under a rock, like sometimes I do. I don't hear these terms. I guess these interviewers probably aren't vegan. Definitely not vegan. You'll see. Should be interesting if they talk about it. This is, well, what's interesting and what I love about this video, and this is kudos to this Garza guy. They start talking about it and you'll see he doesn't shut it down. They discuss it at length. And that's why this interview is, to me, quite special. Dane also expressed to me that he was really nervous because this was like a big moment for their band. So this guy right here, Dane, right now, he's like really nervous and also like at the end of a tour. And like, I was so impressed. He knocks it out of the park.
Back in the van and there's another couple of hours and then you're doing it all over again.
Yeah, and then someone farts, is like that sets you off. Like, I fucking hate that bad.
Yeah. No,
dude, a simple fart will set me off, dude.
Yeah, no,
it will set me off.
We've got the fart chamber. Like we've got Simon's room up the back of the RV that we all go and fight in. Jack continuously breaks that rule and farts everywhere though. So I break his rule of no socks. Everyone has to wear socks because he hates feet.
Hates feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not allowed at the front of the RV.
Well, fuck him. If I walk in and smell a fart, it's bare feet. Like,
you cop and toes, bro.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah.
You smell like feet piss me off too.
Just the sight of them. Anything.
Yeah.
It just does me wrong.
Anything. Because sometimes you have no socks and you're wearing shoes without socks and it's like, oh, this sucks.
Oh, bro, none of our feet are worth looking at after these shows.
Doggo, my social battery, like one out of a 2005 Toyota Prius. It has seen better days and barely holds a charge anymore. Doggo, you and me both. You and me both. You and me both.
No.
Hammered.
No.
Can we do a quick intro?
Yeah,
sure.
I'm Matt, play bass in the band.
Sick.
I'm Simon, I play drums.
Yeah. I'm Dane, I sing.
I'm Jack, I play guitar.
And this is Isaac, our driver.
Yeah. Sick.
Okay. He drives. That's cool. Yeah, Jack Simeone. I think Jack does a lot of the music. Like he writes a lot of the music, and Dane maybe does the lyrics.
Cool.
You are the first driver to actually be a part of the podcast. So
no shit.
Cool,
Oh,
man.
yeah. There you go, man.
That's very cool.
Oh,
Sick,
that's
man.
cool.
Yeah, like part-time driver, full-time washer.
Full-time assassin.
Part-time driver, full-time washer. What does that mean?
That's pretty, yeah, I think probably. I mean, most of the bands that are like on the package are driving themselves. But most of the time, like when bands have drivers, you know, they're not as involved with like the actual show. They're just like sleeping. And I try to make an effort for most shows to at least come in and mosh a little bit. You know,
He's helping us out with merch. He's the first one to stage dive and mosh, and it's like, yeah.
So how is it?
That's a big sign of respect.
Okay, so
like
driving is
having part of the crew on the podcast like that. Which, you know, like a lot of people, I know you guys know the music industry. There's a lot of workers in the music industry doing a lot of the dirty work.
probably one of the hardest things. But how do you adjust like your sleep schedule and now you're driving in snow sometimes and
yeah,
it's fucking 4 a.m.
Yeah, so I'm from Ohio, so at least I'm like used to the snow. You know, these boys aren't used to driving in the snow at all. But
it's terrifying.
It's been pretty easy. It's been really easy on this run. We haven't had to do many horrible drives at all. I think we've got one coming up that's maybe like a 10-hour overnight, and then once we get into Canada, I think we have like 22 hours over an off day.
That's
gonna be pretty,
that's gonna be hectic.
But yeah, the schedule's pretty simple. It's just you know, it's like we'll play the show, drive a couple hours in the night, find somewhere to crash, and then knock out a couple more hours in the morning, and you know,
get it done.
And I spin a weapon. You know, every day he's the first one up, first one to like gets us all going. It's great.
It's fucking sick.
That sounds like also a friend.
Yeah,
Cool.
That's cool. Which was a last minute thing as well. Like we weren't even planning to have you on board with us. It was a very last minute
switch at the last second.
Yeah, we had our driving situation kind of fall apart, and Isaac just come through clutch. So
I had a 3-day notice. Maybe it was.
That's good.
It was like a Thursday, and I got a text, and it was like, "Can you be in LA on Sunday to be gone for 2 months?" Sure.
Absolutely, I can.
That was another hookup from Sabian. It was like he put us. Our driver fell through. He put us in touch with Isaac's mate who couldn't do it because he was already out on a run. That dude hooked us up with Isaac.
Wow.
Oh,
Here we are.
Sabian shout out to Sabian, dude. He's a great guy. He has his ear to the ground. It's cool.
Yeah. All those boys have been heaps helpful with like just filling us in and preparing us for being over here
and everything for years. I'll hold for the best.
Yo, how do you do this thing?
Yeah, that's been me in their DMs for like the last 2 months before we came over here. Like, what do I need to do with this to go to the US?
How does this work?
We still on, guys? Looks like we're on. Looks like we're good. Yeah. Dane is also a tattoo artist. And I feel like the next time To the Grave comes to America, I might try to hit him up to get a tat. Because how cool would that be to get a tattoo from Dane?
That'd be cool.
You can't be experienced. You'll get a very clear answer. It saves you a fuck ton of time.
Yeah, and then we get here and realize like so much of it was just like
he lied.
You gotta
dude, yeah. But like we've learned so much shit since we got here already. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
You learned about Taco Bell?
We learned about all of it. Dude.
Like fucking Buc-ee's. I love Buc-ee's.
Dude, Chipotle.
Chipotle's goated. I love Chipotle. We're pretty simple, man. We were eating like shit for the first few days. Like when we landed in LA that first day, we were like, try all these restaurants, and then pretty quickly started buying like Walmart freezer food and microwavables and shit, just to try to like play the long game.
Yeah.
But now we're back in LA. Watch all like fucking doomies for sure.
Oh yeah.
Now you're in like the mecca of like vegetarian and vegan food.
Oh yeah. So
not the whole band is vegan, correct?
Whole band,
Whole band. Yep. Oh shit. Okay. What's when the band started? I couldn't find it. 2014.
The band start? That's a good question. So that's depending on what day you ask us, you'll get a few answers, right? Like I like to say probably
since birth.
Like you can say probably when I joined, right? 2015.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
But before that, it was like we were still trying to work out what we were doing, just kicking around, played a handful of shows here and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't as serious until Dane joined.
So once you found Dane,
that's when it got serious.
Once you find the front man, front woman, it's like this, you kind of know.
Everybody's vegan. I'm not sure about the driver, because they just said everybody in the band is vegan. Yeah. Vegan domination. I wonder if the driver is vegan as well.
Okay, this is what we start pushing.
Yes and no, because we immediately broke up after they got me in the band. So it could be argued.
What happened?
Oh, I guess just the call it a hiatus, right? Like we played a lot of shows.
Yeah, what we were doing burnout and like
first year burnout?
Yeah, well, no, it was like 2 years or so of like really pushing hard, and like Australia's so big, man. It's like 12-hour drive between each city to play shows.
Not pushing hard properly though, I'd say.
And doing all the wrong things.
We're grinding out just tours over and over and over, and we just got kind of done with
Let's
it.
say without having like a record tour off the back of, you know what I mean? Probably killed us. So 2016, 2017, we kind of kicked it back up because it was like, we just wasted a year sitting on our ass, kind of.
Changed direction a little musically as well.
Yeah.
Everyone, like that seemed to blow up. Like Wastage went gangbusters on YouTube, and then from there it was just
it all ended up being for the best. Like, I think that year or whatever break, like I definitely got better at what I do, and so did all these guys. And everyone was just writing more than we ever did when we were an active band. So
yeah,
came back with a lot of ammo.
So you guys,
sorry.
You guys went from heavy to heavier.
Yeah.
We changed our direction. It went heavy to heavier.
That's it.
Like,
They did. Although, like, so you can still find some of their music that's from like, I guess before their hiatus when they became like this sort of animal focused band. There's this EP, it's called No Lives Matter. And then there's also a single that you can get. And they are so amazing.
Turned it up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think like deathcore especially started with just like throwing two things into a pot that maybe shouldn't really, no one thought should be combined, right? Like death metal and hardcore. So like, we love doing that, just grabbing whatever heavy thing we can and like throwing them with like rap,
black metal,
rap, anything. Nothing's outside the realm of like usable.
Yeah, and I heard you, Dane, talk about like you would study hip hop artists, and kind of maybe kind of apply that to what you're doing.
Well, yeah, almost subconsciously. I think like it wasn't until I saw a Reddit post where
you're on there.
Yeah, regrettably. Yeah, I know.
Read the comments.
Oh no,
you know,
you guys are fucked.
Just drop in every couple of months for a dose of self harm. Oh yeah, I hate this.
No, this dude like broken down a bunch.
Which of their albums would I recommend as a good starting point? That's a good question. There's one what's it? I think it's Director's Cuts, and the image on the album is actually like an image from Farm Transparency Project, which immediately drew my attention because it's this kind of shocking image from the Dominion creators, and pretty sure that's the first one that I listened to, and so I found it very accessible. And like I've explained this before, like I bought the album thinking I'm not really going to like this band, but I want to support them because I never really had gotten into like really heavy music. Like I listened to Tool and bands like that when I was growing up, so heavy-ish, but not like hardcore death metal. So I was surprised to really like it. So maybe that one. Yeah, check that one out, Felix. The one with the image of it, a lamb. There's an image of the lamb, a lamb on there. It kicked you for some reason. Uh-oh. Are we losing the stream, doggo? I think we're still good. I think that might have just happened to you.
Bunch of our singles and how like, no, you guys don't get it. Like there's like a rap flow hidden in here, and like these words rhyme here and here, and you wouldn't get that unless you're like really accustomed to rap and things like that. I was like, oh yeah, true.
Someone did a deep dive.
It's really heavy, Felix. Really, really heavy. But I feel like they're really good also. So even if that's not your genre, even trying it just to appreciate, I think is worth it. It's obviously for the message as well. Like, but they are really good, and that's why I'm championing them, because I feel like they could really soar in their genre and already have. Like, you can find tons of videos of people like listening to their music that are just like metal fans. There were like tons of reaction videos on YouTube of just like metal fans listening to their songs and just like loving it. So I assume it's like really damn good. I sure as hell like it.
Yeah. So we've doubled down on that and working on the new stuff. It's like, man, if people are picking up on those hints, I'm gonna try to hide them everywhere and like like use rap flow and stuff like that. Wherever I can.
It's always a successful copying or influence when like you kind of take that thing and no one knows.
Yeah.
No one, because that truly shows you put your own twist on it.
Well, dude, it was Adam from Oceano was the first guy. Like I sent him like a $5 super chat on a stream, on his Twitch stream one day, and checked it out. And the first thing he said, it really kind of floored me. He was like, man, this is very like hip hop influenced and it's Miserable Summer. I was like, is it really? Like, But he was like, yeah, dude, like the way you move in the video and then like certain phrasing, it's like, oh shit, man. People who get it really get it straight away. Like
even to the way you're moving.
Yeah.
I didn't even put that together.
Dude, yeah. If you look like heaps of those like low shots as well that Elliot got.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Super fucking.
I'm very gestury with my hands, and I don't know, that's a rap thing. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, the lines are blurred between that and rap. I reckon. Like,
it's so natural for you. You
You
do it
should be good because I'm on that 1.25 time.
when you're talking sometimes.
I know.
Yeah, it's sick.
Interesting. What are some artists?
Damn, that's a good question. Like, really, like,
One
yeah, like, so, yeah, like I love all kind of all the spectrum of rap, right? Like, especially Australian hip hop.
I know some of you are probably wondering, like when are we going to get to the animal rights stuff? It's coming. It's like right here. I'm just like letting it roll, but it's coming up.
With that a lot, which like a lot of people outside of Australia don't really fuck with. It hasn't really like even reached outside of Australia, but it's very, I think, unique, different. A lot of it's kind of aggressive. So like we've carried that a little bit into into what we do. Like kids in Australia call it gutter rap.
Gutter rap.
Like
Okay.
just rap about like
That's something I gotta check out.
yeah.
Got a meaning curb.
Yeah.
Written down gutter rap. Okay.
I haven't promised you it's any good, but it's like it's a product of its time and place in Sydney. And
Good question, Plants Mary. Did Vegan Gaze base her logo on the To the Grave logo? Well, Elle texted me, you want to see my new logo? And she said, it's very deathcore inspired. And Elle is who told me about To the Grave. That's how I know who To the Grave is, because Elle and Chris Hines had done a stream reacting to their new album. So thank you, Vegan Gaze, if you're not subscribed. Vegan Gaze is the reason why I know who this band is, and Chris Hines by extension as well. But yes, in a sense, yeah, Vegan Gaze did base her new logo on deathcore and To the Grave, and yeah. Grew up listening to typical metal, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Metallica, Megadeth, so I'm sure I'll adjust. Yeah. They're very similar. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is like much heavier than that, but there is, yeah, it's same. I listen to that stuff too, and I do like heavier stuff.
I think it's very unique to like Sydney. But yeah, like I don't know. Outside of that, man,
I
like
just think I had never really heard like this kind of music done really well. I had heard some like Slayer that I thought were pretty cool, but I was like, how am I going to listen to this like all the time? But like, if this is about animal rights, sign me up.
Big L, New York, like a lot of that New York scene. I grew up on like studying him specifically because he was the one dude where it was like in the 90s, is he really fucking allowed to say that? Like no other rappers are saying shit about like shooting nuns in the street and stuff. And it's like,
that's what's up.
Yeah, it's crazy shit. So I was like, bring a bit of that into deathcore, I think. I don't know.
Great, yeah. I mean, people forget, like, people deep down, people want to hear, like, is he allowed to say that? Is she allowed to say that?
Yeah.
People want that in music.
Just blur the lines a little bit, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
I was listening to ICP last month. I was like, damn, if this came out like last year, I don't think this could come out.
No. Cancelled straight away. Bro, we almost went for Halloween as Juggalos. And we were like,
it's in the air, dude. It's in the air.
Did Fago in the fridge? Like, it's all here. Yeah.
It
would have been fucking miserable in that like face paint though.
No, I did it.
I definitely never got into Insane Clown Posse. Never.
I went to show these guys, and then I just couldn't move my face, man. It felt like someone had made like a plaster mold of me.
Yeah.
Don't do it, man.
Yeah, I was so hyped to do it, and then Dane walked in and just looked
just miserable.
Yeah, just saddest and most uncomfortable I've ever seen him.
I look cool, but
you did, and I was still considering it, and then no, just talking to him for 5 minutes. It's like,
I still did it. In the pit. It was like the
committed man for sure.
It was hot, but there was a second during last 10 set, and Tyler leaned down and like grabbed my face, and he comes back up, and like the entire Juggalo face paint is just on slide.
Oh my goodness!
He guaranteed he loved it though.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
What'd you end up doing for Halloween, Chris?
We had a show in Des Moines, and we were all something separate. I was the Black Plague Doctor.
Oh, sick!
So those look pretty crazy. They wear like those masks, the long masks, fucking nose.
Yeah.
I basically look like
We're
Christmas.
about to talk about
That would have been a house to play in, dude. Like,
That's
fuck
you.
that.
Yeah. There we go. The mask a lot like.
Oh shit!
So Dan Kenny was a Juggalo. I forgot that. I forgot about that. He was a Juggalo.
That's great. That's sick.
I was like, man, I'm not fucking dude.
Damn.
Painting your face, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's we bought like every cheapest paint from Dollar General that we found.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was
bad wax and some other shit. Yeah, would have been.
Did you see the Alpha Wolf Sleep Token Halloween thing?
No.
Yeah. They went as like sleep token for Halloween.
Really?
It was, like,
Yeah.
super authentic. Like
They crushed it too. It's fucking ridiculous.
They went
They
hard.
did a really
It
good
looks
job.
great. It was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sick.
And smart.
Yeah, I feel bad. Like if you go for Halloween, like one year I want to kill it. Like you just go like super detailed and hard, and like that's been like it looks fucking sick.
Sons of the Swarm went as you guys.
Oh, did you
I
see
heard
that?
about that.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, that was heavy. But oh wow, they killed it, dude.
Right. Yeah, right.
That's great.
I'm almost mad that we didn't think of that.
I don't know any of these guys.
But like that's
We would have gotten to the robes and then tried to order the masks and gone fuck it.
Yeah.
So do they sell those now? The like the sleep token masks?
I don't know.
Not sure.
No idea.
Yeah, where?
I'm willing to bet it's like an AliExpress. Like,
Oh, maybe.
sorry, Sabian, if not. Like,
I don't know. JK, they actually got them custom made, and he's like, "Oh, you fucking."
Oh,
I'll drop my shit. My bad.
Fuck
Yeah.
cell phones.
You
dude.
blew it.
Are we looking for him now?
Yeah,
Get
dude.
a sleep mask.
Can you
See, look at
buy
this.
those?
Wait, just
You- I
to give y'all a sense, like what we got coming up here. So the pig mask is already talking about animal stuff. And then we got being vegan. Look how long that goes. Thoughts on hunting. Nature is wild. Nature is metal. Veganism. I mean, yeah, it's a real credit to the interviewer.
I mean, you should. I mean, that'll be, people like buying masks. People love buying Alex's for Slaughtered masks.
Yeah.
People like, love buying those.
Kid of Darkness mask.
Well, Dane's been wearing the pig mask for the start of our set.
Oh,
yeah.
And he had a kid go as him for Halloween.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Some back in Australia. Yeah. Like, just crazy. I don't know. Bought a pig mask from fucking, like Halloween store. Got a little apron.
And that mask,
Dressed the same as Dane.
It hasn't sunk in yet. That's fucking crazy. Like,
and it's such a sick mask.
That
too,
is wild, dude.
yeah. It's like I used to dress up as fucking like Corey for Halloween and shit like that all the time, right? So that hasn't sunk in yet. Talking about what?
About the mask, yeah.
I have a pig mask that everyone seems really excited about. We're in the middle of figuring out if like that's gonna be a thing that we keep doing, like keep the thematics of it all, or like I don't know, man. I used to just jump up on stage. I could wear my shorts. I could wear I could breathe. You know what I mean? I could wear whatever the fuck I wanted. Nice white shirt. Now I gotta get out there, apron, pig mask. It's cool as fuck.
It was custom made for you. It's got like a sigil on the forehead as well. Like it's it's all over our Instagram.
It's a buddy of ours, Chris, back in Australia, made it for us and brought it to a show. This is what I mean. It's the biggest pain in the ass to wear, but it's the coolest fucking thing I think I've ever owned.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now like
I think that mask chose you, man.
Oh, so, hey,
it's kind of you can't sometimes you gotta throw your hands up like, well, is it me?
You.
You wait. We'll get home. It'll be in his closet. And it's talking to him like the Green Goblin suit.
That's what they all say. Yeah.
Like,
Like,
God, play more shows.
Damn, that's fucking sick.
Yeah,
dude.
that's hard.
Where the where this idea came from, or the concept?
oh, so that's what I was gonna say. My buddy Chris.
Thank you, Plants Mary. Thy Art is Murder is another Australian metal band with animal rights themes, particularly the album Holy War. God, thank you so much. I'm always looking for stuff like that. If y'all know anything that I haven't talked about, I mean, obviously I know the punk scene. You know, Moby has that documentary. And those are more well known, but if there's like real heavy stuff too, like that I'm missing, let me know.
It's in Australia. He runs a company called Blair Meat Co.
Blair Meat Co.
Basically designing like props and stuff like that just for like anybody. Metal bands were actually the kind of like, you know, we were one of the first that he'd ever actually worked with on a scale like this, except for like a couple of others. But he really liked our music, brought a bunch of the shirts for his clothing.
Why are the Australians kicking our ass in so many ways? Those Australians, they got Tash and Jack and Leah Dellinger, Peter Singer's from Australia. They got To the Grave. They got Thy Art is Murder. Come on, America, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Line out to a show and just said, "Hey man, I've made you this as well," and gave me that mask. And I was like, "This is the coolest thing anyone's ever given me."
Yeah.
So
James Aspie, Joey Carbstrong. I mean, like, Australia is doing it, huh?
Wanted every show since then. It's fucking beat to shit. Like trying to clean it all out every night. It's on its last legs, but kids like it, man. They get it tattooed now and like crazy. So
people got it tattooed.
Well, there was some guy the other night that came out to a show with he bought this other tattoo artist had drawn it and he bought that and he's like, I'm gonna get it tattooed right here, man. So I was like, okay, send it to me.
My goodness.
I'm like, that wouldn't blow my mind. People have gotten my signature tattooed and crazy shit like that.
It's
right?
wild.
So, stuff that
Well, I can imagine what it's like to be a band from Australia and just try to get out there. So just for you guys, you're just doing it, but for people like around you, it's like, damn, They're fucking real band.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's the thing, is that like you typically like we get the whole like what do they put in the water thing from bands from Australia all the time, and it's the truth is just because of the distance is like a huge barrier to make it out. So like the cost involved, like the grind, the fact that there's less Australians in the world than there are Texans. So like there's very minimal audience.
Felix, one big regret is loving Moby's album Everything Is Wrong many years before going vegetarian, then vegan, yet never reading the liner notes. They are all about animal rights. Missed opportunity. Yeah. I loved Moby's music a long time without knowing he was vegan too. Yeah, I'm sure we all did. We all like, I used to, when I was young, I also listened to AFI, and I didn't know that like Davey Havok is vegan, and that I believe every member of AFI is either vegetarian or vegan. But in my defense, they really didn't sing about that. So
yeah,
I wish they did. That would have been great.
It's crazy. Like there's so few of us like worldwide, and
California could swallow Australia, right? Like
there's like there are states in the US that have like greater population than all of continental Australia.
So this is the population in Australia as of 2021.
Yep.
25 million.
That's it.
California has more.
It's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, type of
Right there. California has almost 1.5, nearly double.
Yeah.
Almost double. California as of 2021. We have 39 million people, and Australia has 25. I didn't know that.
But how many Californians could you fit inside the landmass of Australia?
That's a big gap, dude.
Well, the landmass of Australia is almost the width of the US, and like you've got 4 cities to play. Perth is on the other side. It gets less attention because it's so far away. But like,
dude, we've never been to Perth.
Yeah, it's such a small market. So to break out of that is like like Alpha Wolf and like Make Them Suffer, like Parkway. You know, all these Australian bands. There's not many, but like it's really difficult. So like, we're that's why we're so excited to be here.
It's just we pinch ourselves waking up here every day, dude. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, with it being so far away, so expensive to get out of there, you guys have this impression of like what's in the water over there.
Yeah,
it's the competition. Like,
dude, healthy competition.
Yeah,
dude.
you know, you want to get out of there. You want people to hear about you. You got to be good.
Competition. Maybe that's what it's. Maybe that's why we have so many badass animal activists. They're competing.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
What kind of competition is it? Is it like, fuck that band, fuck these guys? We're.
Hey, Mark.
My skincare philosophy. I think my skin.
Everyone's fucking dead. Or is it like, hey, we're all friends. This is fucking help each other out.
At this point, it's like super friendly.
Yeah.
Like
okay,
like the bands that are, like we were just saying, like Sabian and Scotty have been so helpful with helping us. Like
that's cool, man.
Just feeding us info on what we need to do.
Good to hear.
Like how to organize everything over here.
Yeah. Nice.
So like the bands that we've all come up with, a bunch of them happen to be pretty successful. So
yeah, and like
everyone's just stoked for everyone else at this point.
Like 5 or 10 years ago, it might have been a bit more sort of like, I think Sab said it when he was on here or another podcast, and he was talking about tall poppy syndrome, and that's so much less of a thing now. Like it's like Mandy said, like they were instrumental into like basically prepping us for this and getting us ready and what to expect and helping us out. And like I think it's kind of the same like now, basically all over. Like everyone wants to see everyone succeed. It's fucking really cool.
So it's more like friendly friends help each other out.
Yeah, definitely. Like Simon said, it used to be different. Like I remember the first time I ever went interstate with this band, and then would talk about how much I love bands from this area, you know, and they'd all be like, "Oh yeah, no, fuck that guy. We don't like that guy."
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was my first like big exposure to it.
But that sort of attitude is like that's the people that aren't going to make it.
Yeah.
Like the people that are trying to cut each other's bands down, trying to make sure people don't get opportunities. Like it's just lame.
It is.
There's no reason to do that shit. There's enough. There's enough kids that listen to every band in a genre that like. You know, they're not just our fans; they're fans of music. So
exactly,
there's no reason to try and cut anyone else down or hold anyone else back.
There's plenty of room.
Yeah, exactly.
There's room for everybody, dude.
Yeah,
because we're.
I feel like this could also be applied to the animal rights movement. What they're saying, there's room for everybody. There's room for everybody to do their kinds of activism, right, guys? There's room for all.
Suicide Silence, we're very competitive. I'm a very competitive, territorial person. But back then, it was like, you know, when you're 18, it was different.
Yeah,
like,
fuck those guys.
Yeah, it was like, fuck that band. Like, fuck. But it was like I don't know if it wasn't shit talking. It was a very.
What's this? The Good Lord Bird was kind of cathartic to watch as a vegan. It's about the abolitionist John Brown and his fight to end slavery when everyone around him supported it. Okay, cool. That's a movie, I assume, like a film. The Good Lord.
On approach, like I'm fucking kill all you guys. Yeah, you know, it's like a very like
Yeah, us against them kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like fuck everyone, kill everyone. But then it was rooted in scarcity and insecurity. So when other bands would come up, you would get jealous. I would get jealous. Like, oh, fuck that band. But then you get older, then you realize, oh wait, it's because you're insecure. It's because other bands are pushing you to become better. It's why you're actually insecure, being a little bitch. Yeah, you know. It took me a long time. Now I'm kind of back to that, but with the abundant mindset. Like I go on tour with bands, I'm gonna kill you guys. But if you need anything, like I'll help you guys out to be bigger than us.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's
like
so
it's
good.
it's the abundant mindset as opposed to a scarcity little bitch mindset. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're kind of the same, and it's like, you know, we're happy to help anyone, friend these guys off stage, but for that half hour or hour that we've got you, it's like we're killing all of you.
Fuck
And then we're back,
I love that.
And then we're back to, hey man, what do you need?
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. I think that's the way it should be.
Yeah, before the show last night, I was like pacing backstage before, like with Last 10 going, which is like so sick playing right after them because I get to hear their whole set, which is such a G up. So like I'm ready to kill after like half an hour of hearing Tyler yell at everybody. Turn someone into a fucking example.
It's a menagerie. Oh, a mini series. Sorry. A mini series. Ethan Hawke plays John Brown.
Yeah, Brandon and mashed potato or something.
Yeah, he's got the best pickles. So it's just the perfect like pre-show ritual.
That's
It's just,
sick.
walk back and forth backstage and then go out there.
Yeah. See, that's great, and pushes everybody. You know, because when you think about what you all you guys have been through, it's taken you so much and so many sacrifices to be there for that 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny when like you have time to like reflect. Damn, everything we fucking sacrificed everything to be out here. Everything. It's time to fucking throw down.
That's it, man. Like we've left so much at home, so far away that like our lives continue while we're sat over here playing Rockstar, right? So for that half an hour, we're gonna play it fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
It's so like, you know, applicable to every aspect of your life. What they're saying.
And then just forget, like I frequently forget that, like not intentionally, there's like other bands on the bill, right? Like we'll just try to like fucking break the venue. And like shit, there's 3 more bands to play after this. So we'll
just tunnel vision.
Yeah.
It's our show for that half an hour.
Yeah. That's where the competitiveness, I guess, comes out. You're like, we own this half an hour and then
make the other band sweat.
Yeah.
You guys have got half an hour to do the same thing, right? 40 minutes. Like, so.
When I have noticed, because you know, obviously I live here, so I do hear that a lot more, like the someone shit talking, like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But I notice it does come from people that aren't willing to take the next step.
Yeah.
Because that's we're like, oh, okay, well, whatever. A band gets bigger or smaller, like, we just don't care.
Yeah.
You know, because we know, like, oh, but you are who you are.
Yeah.
You know, we are who we are, and we don't get to where we want to be because it's our.
That's right, Plants Mary. Yeah, I mean, we reacted to that congressional hearing about 2 weeks ago with all these MAGA Republicans, you know, talking like animal activists about animal testing, and Nancy Mace was, you know, talking about God and saying how I think God would want us to protect all of his creatures, which is so often used to say the opposite.
Fucking fault.
Well, Suicide's a good example, man. You guys like funded your first Euro tour yourselves, right? Like, yeah. So you can imagine doing that, and then let's say a competitive band just gets that offer, gets a bunch of it paid for. You're like, fuck, man. Like, but you know, you just play the long game. You don't focus on that. You focus on you and your brand, and you get there. Like, you know what I mean? I think what you're saying is like, same thing in Australia. People just focus on, well, why isn't my band there? Why I've worked this hard. Why is he there and not me? And it's like, just focus. You'll get there.
Totally. And if any of those bands, instead of being like obnoxious and like bitter, if any of them would just ask, I'm sure this goes for the rest of us. Like, I'm happy to sit there and be like, here's the steps, dude. It's not hard. It's just hard work.
That's a good way to put it. It's not hard. It's just hard work. Damn.
Yeah. You know what needs to be done. Everyone knows what needs to be done, man. Like,
it's not hard. It's just hard work.
Yeah. That one kind of got me. Thank you.
It's the first time in my life I've ever said anything smart. So I'm glad the cameras are rolling.
Well, I'm glad we got it on camera.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, so who approached this thing, the band, as like, okay, like we're gonna be vegan? Who approached that?
Well, I guess
here we go.
So that's me in a way, but I guess like I never did that. It was more of a like it became the basis of our lyrics and our like, which then became the basis of our like cover art, and then you know, merch and all that stuff kind of followed from there. But it was more of a I guess more of something that I just wanted to write about because I'm passionate about it, me personally, right? And I think it comes out really well in like heavy lyrics. I think the the association and the big fuss around the message comes from like the fans and being really stoked on it. You know what I mean? Like I've never been all that outward with like I've never put vegan in the band's bio or anything like that, right? Because it's just everything can be pretty easily. Yeah.
That's what the comment section's for.
Exactly.
Plants Mary. My friend Louis Bernier was Quaker growing up. Came from a Quaker tradition. Check out that interview with Louis, who used to be a hunter. I think it's on my channel. It's called From Hunter to Factory Farm Investigator. Yeah, Louis was Quaker and told me a little bit about that.
That's what like everybody else seems to make up their mind about that.
Okay.
But it was, to give you a time on it, was probably right after we came back. So that first EP, No Lives Matter, I'm sure you could tell if anyone's checked it out, is like, I'm singing about nothing. I'm singing about like old deathcore shit, you know, killing people, monsters attacking a city, crap, right? And then we kind of went on hiatus.
Despite that album or that EP is so good. I'm telling you, it's so good.
A little vegan awakening. And by the time the band came back, that was pretty much the instilled. Yeah.
What was the awakening?
Good question, man.
Because it tends like there seems to be like some people have moments that they see something or hear something and kind of like this is
definitely, yeah. So when To the Grave split, I joined another band called Scourge, just in Melbourne. Still my boys, and we go out to eat all the time. When I was recording this EP, eat at like Burger King, Hungry Jack's, or whatever. They get the like vegan burger. I wouldn't, but I'd talk to them all day and night about how I love dogs, I love animals. You know, I just want to fucking run this sanctuary, and they're like, cool, man. Like, it's the first time anybody ever said to me, like, you don't think those two things like you know, contradict each other? Like, I was like, fuck, true. And I think about that. Yeah. And then the next time it was actually a truck carrying a bunch of pigs like, on the highway. I'd seen it crashed on the news. And this is a very common story. You hear a lot of people say this actually, but like, see this on the news and go like, that's fucking.
This is Earthling Ed's story too.
Horrific. Imagine that crashing. All these pigs, what they'll do, they'll bring out a big blue tarp and just shoot them on the side of the road.
Oh, fuck.
Or they'll pop them back and the next truck take them to slaughter, right? So I'd seen that on the news and gone, holy fuck, that's insane. Look at this, pig trying to jump out. Insane. The only reason they're in that truck, they're on the way to the slaughterhouse is so I can eat them. And that never sat right with me. That fucked me up. So it was like, dude, Jesus. Yeah, I can't in good faith say that I disagree with animal cruelty if the only reason they're there is because I'm paying for them to be there. You know what I mean? So that was a big one for me, man. I couldn't wrestle with that enough. Like, it was just go vegan, dude. Like, there's a clear answer here. So, and then
this is like, you know, like, it's so good. It's just so like, and he told me this was him nervous because like he knew this was like a big moment to be able to like reach a bunch of different people, because this is a pretty popular podcast in this world, apparently.
It became, all right, deathcore, death metal, all this shit. Like, it's an important vehicle. Music's an important vehicle for change, right? But the most disgusting things I think that we can write about, the most horrifying things are 20 minutes out there, 20 minutes over there. We get in a car, we can go and see them, and it's not bullshit.
Yeah,
it's there,
it's
right?
real.
So that was it, man. It was a pretty hard instant thing, but I think over years it grew into this thing that it kind of became outside of the band, right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Isn't that trip when you step away from the band and you see something and it involves pigs, quite literally actually, and then someone hands you a pig mask?
Yeah,
it's kind of like, that's so weird how it chooses you.
Because that's like
that's so bizarre.
Levels to that, right? Yeah, you're right. Like,
That's the first time anyone's pointed out like those connections. Yeah,
but we were talking about this the other day, and how it's like people always ask me like, "Dude, it must be so hard to breathe in that thing." And it's like, it fucking is. I think about this, and it's like, well, I get up there for a reason. I can't breathe up there for a reason, but like, imagine if that was me. Like, I got it pretty good comparatively. So, but yeah, you're right, man. The mask kind of chose me. Hey, like, that's funny how that happens.
And now you guys are in Southern California hanging out.
Insanity, dude. Insane.
It sounds cheesy, but yeah, music will choose you. Some kind of calling will choose you. Yeah. You know, we don't fucking choose it.
No, totally.
When happen to hear something or see something, then boom, you're just that for life.
It was bludgeoned to death for me, dude. Yeah.
Dude, what happened there?
I heard. So I got to high school, and like the heaviest thing I listened to was like Slipknot, because my sister liked it, and the emo kids at school were like, "Dude, check this out. And it was fucking
the emo kid from school. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. And
shout out emo kids.
yeah.
Shout out emo kids. What's up, dude?
It's a demo for Bludgeon to Death with the like Family Guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Demos and shit. And then I think within 6 months, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's right, Plants Mary, about Ed's story and liking KFC so much. Yeah, he says like they like knew his name, they knew his order when he went into KFC.
Remember the timeline of everything, but I stumbled across the video, and that was the moment. It was like
I don't think they get into it in this interview, but Dane also told me that he was a butcher as one of his jobs, which didn't last very long, but he took a job as a butcher, obviously before he was vegan. And I asked him, was that part of the you know, I'll use the word journey. I try to not use that word because we know why everybody uses that word. But anyway, that was part of his journey too.
You guys kind of look like me, you know. I'm like I have blonde hair, blue eyes. I never had like I don't know,
long hair or anything.
Yeah, like Mitch is up there. He's I don't know, he looks normal, right? Like he didn't look like a big beefy metal dude.
So relatable.
This video, man. Yeah.
No one's ever said it about Mitch before. Yeah, he's not like some big like, metal guy. He's just a dude.
But his presence though was
interesting.
That was it. So that was the thing. I was like, if I don't do that, my whole life is for nothing. Like I have to do that.
That's the thing.
Bludgeon to Death. That was the video.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy, dude.
That's fucking wild, man.
You're telling me, dude. You're telling me.
Holy shit. Now we're hanging out.
We're hanging out.
And the thing that's cool with like the message and this thing of like, well,
he can't breathe when he wears a pig mask. Interesting choice of word. Is that a metaphor? No, I think it's literal. He struggles to breathe when he's wearing that pig's mask because he's up there singing metal and he's got this really intense mask on him. So it's literal, like he struggles to breathe in that thing. But then he thinks about the animals and how they're struggling, and it's not as hard for him. He wants to speak for them.
Or what was the moment that like sort of decided that we were going to be involved in this? It's like now we've got kids coming up to us at the merch table after shows going, this is the first deathcore band I've ever seen, or you guys are the first band with a message that that I'm connected to. You know, heaps of kids come up and they're saying like, you're the reason why I've stopped eating meat. You're the reason why I've gone vegan. And it's fucking cool. Like it's cool when people
that's wild
like the band. Like when someone comes up and says, hey man, I love your band. That's cool. But when someone comes up and says, I stopped eating meat because of you guys, that's even better.
Or like I run a sanctuary for farmed animals. All we get are these like rescues. I got to help them. And like your music keeps me fucking sane. It makes me realize I'm not the only one this angry, this frustrated, this upset about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty, those are the ones that get me, where people are like, I stopped like considering, you know what I mean, awful things because of the state of the world when I listen to you guys. It's like, that's, if nobody moshed to our music ever, but one kid was able to keep going and, you know, like feel a little bit better about living, that's fucking cool. Yeah.
That's very wild.
Yeah. Crazy, dude.
How long have the rest of you guys been vegan?
I've been vegan for about almost 4 years now.
4 years? Okay.
Yeah, so it's like like me, 7 years, I think 7, 8 years. I'm like, I keep forgetting, man. I have other people remind me, and it's like, no, you started arguing with me this time, like 2017. I don't know.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh yeah. You were addicted to me this day.
That's it, yeah.
And that's when it started.
And if you know Dane, that's such a good like signpost of like, oh, that's, you know, that's the moment Dane was into something, because that's when he argued with you about it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I can know.
It's great. For me, it's like, I don't know. I don't really, it's hard to pinpoint when it was, because I haven't eaten meat for like 15 years or something at this point. Wow. So, and it was, everything else was just such a gradual change. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like it's a, I don't know.
And then like other people have been in the band. It's like,
right, Felix? That's what I'm saying. Like so many people are hearing this, like this will be their first interaction. In fact, so Dane does go on YouTube and does lives sometimes. And I had just learned about them from Vegan Gays. And so I joined his live, Dane Evans, if you want to sub to his channel as well. And someone came in during the live and said, I saw you on the Garza podcast, and I watched Dominion that night and I went vegan. So, I mean, and that's just someone that showed up in the live. Like, there's no telling like how many people were influenced by this. I mean, well, let's look and see. This episode on YouTube has 16,000 views, but I'm sure that this is a podcast that goes out on all different kind of, like Spotify or who knows where it's broadcast. So who knows how many people this reached.
And with Simon, it's a gradual process of for some of them it started as like, hey, can you not fucking eat that around us? And then through to like, oh yeah, like that, I'm on board with this now. So it's sometimes the message is delivered in a friendly way, and other times it's like, you get told.
Yeah. Totally.
And to that point, it's just that, there's only so many people that someone like me is going to be able to reach, because the people that are going to be drawn to my channel are just mainly, will be real, they're just going to be animal rights people. But the people who are going to be drawn to this band are just going to be like music fans. So they're able to reach way more people than like someone like me. Like we're just going to reach different people.
Yeah, definitely.
It's funny how the vegetarian.
All that to say, that's the reason why I feel like when there's a band like this, or there's like some like really legit thing, whether it's a band, a film, or whatever it is, even if we didn't like it, but we could like recognize that it's great. And I love this band, so that's not what I'm saying. But even if I didn't like this band, I would still champion them, because I can see that they're good at what they do. And if they don't have the backing of like the vegans, the animal rights people, even though we're not great in number, we're another like little nudge to be like, oh, this is popular. This is, and then it'll reach that many more people.
At least thing keeps popping into my brain. Literally like the past like 2 years, it keeps like popping up. Yeah. It's like, fuck. I don't know if I don't think I could go vegan, but the vegetarian thing really just pops in there. Okay. So you're the perfect fucking band to talk about this with.
Yeah. So,
okay. So the thought that popped.
And like this guy, like I have a great respect that he has not like tried to steer the conversation. He's like, I want to talk about this with you guys.
In my head. Also, what I see popping in other people's brains is that, okay, I mean, I'll step away from meat, let's say like McDonald's, etc. Even simple as a hamburger or pizza. But there's an other side was like, well, I don't want to stop eating meat. I just don't like the meat processing and the cruelty. So maybe if I become a hunter, maybe at that point I will return to eating meat. So as a vegan band, like what's your take on like hunting in general?
I think like
hunting. Do I ever get trolls here, Plants Mary? Very, very seldomly. Very, very seldom. I have before, and I was excited when they were here. And I don't even know if they started out as trolls, but one person called me racist because I didn't want us to hunt deer. And I was somehow racist for that because it had something to do with Native Americans, something or other. I don't really know. I would consider that a troll. I've had like random trolls, but not very many. Yeah, but yes, Mary, he did say that, but then he's like, let's talk about it. But he said, but this is a great thing to discuss. And so as you can see, thoughts on hunting, nature's metal, veganism, all the way. I mean, it's pretty cool. So
a couple of things. So like the core message, I think that like if there is a core message of the band, it's that like exploiting animals when we don't need to is completely unnecessary and fucked, right? Like that's morally unacceptable to me. So I think if you're in a position where you don't need to do that, which many of us are, especially if we're out here in Cali, right? Like an abundance, like a city of abundance, probably don't need to be out there shooting families of animals. You know what I mean? The other thing I'd say is like that's all well and good. But there's 8 billion people. We can't have them all out there with rifles hunting. You know what I mean? We have to figure out a better food system that's going to feed everybody. Right now, we grow enough food to feed 12 billion people, but we feed it all to 6-7 billion cows, and there's still 1 billion people starving. How does that add up whatsoever, right? Like, so I don't know. I think there's solutions right in front of us. I think if you told anybody else, like, yeah, we're currently growing enough food to feed everybody on the planet, but there's 1/7 of the people starving, they'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Where's all that food going? You know?
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's like whenever anyone asks me about the veganism or not eating meat, it's like, man, we just don't have to anymore. We're at a point where like there is a solution that doesn't involve meat. There's so many other things you can eat.
If you want to eat meat
Whether
without
it's-
the cruelty, there's vegan places. Like, you
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's all these meat substitutes. There's so much like fresh stuff you can eat. That's
And they're in LA. LA. I mean, I hear bad things about LA, like the traffic can be kind of a soulless city, I'm told. I've actually never been to LA, which is kind of wild. Should go to LA at some point. But one thing I've heard is that there's a shit ton of good vegan restaurants in LA.
substitutes if you're looking to get the same amount of protein. And to me, it's just like
if you want
just don't
something
have to.
not
so don't.
processed, like tempeh, what
Yeah.
fucking
tempeh, tofu, beans,
fucking mushroom, like before you get into the like Beyond Burgers and stuff like that. So that's what I'd say, man. I'd say hunting unnecessary, but then you also it's not going to be sustainable for everybody to get to adopt that lifestyle. So you could have a lot of people that are still like, yeah, I don't want the cruelty either, but I can't go hunting because everybody's fucking hunting.
Yeah, like if you
No
live in a
wildlife.
city, you're not going to you can't go hunting.
Yeah,
and so just go to the local shops and just buy.
Yeah,
Instead of that, buy that.
No hunting where we are. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's my thoughts on it.
We're all city boys, so
Yeah. So maybe would it be like a life balance? You want to go vegan? It'll be helpful if someone wants to go hunting. Kind of find that balance, maybe.
Well, it's like I'd say, if you want to go hunting, I don't know, man.
It's tough. It's tough because what also a very common thing is even more common is humans are very hypocritical creatures.
Yeah.
So you'll see someone post that they went on a hunt, and then someone that eats McDonald's say, "Fuck you, you fucking kill animals," but they're fucking all the
time.
But
yes,
but they're going to the store and buying the fucking wraps.
He's simultaneously engaging with the topic and avoiding the topic at the exact same time, which is isn't that interesting? Because he is seriously engaging on it. And yet at the same time, he's really trying to avoid the core of it.
Oh, for sure. I agree. If
Very,
you're
very common. It's
if
like,
you're
it's
going
like,
to if you're going to eat animals,
I suppose in his defense, he does feel quite outnumbered.
you should be able to like fuck me. I talk to a lot of people that eat animals, defend it, but are so far removed from the process where at least like I don't know, hunters like I don't agree with it. I don't think it's justified. But
yeah,
hey man, you've shoved the knife in yourself. You've heard that animal scream. You've had the blood on you. Like that's if you've been through all that and you still want to keep doing it, it is what it is.
It's tough. You have the scene where like
that's an interesting. It's just I think this is just it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's not tough. It's not tough. You just don't want to do it. But he's talking about it.
This animal, let's say pig, cow, obviously, they were treated like cruelty their whole life, had a shitty fucking life, and then they're basically sent to slaughter. Then you have the other side where it's like, okay, this animal, cow, pig has lived their full life, had a healthy, happy, hung out with their family, and then they get hunted. And
do you kill the sad animals or the happy animals?
Yeah.
Which one do we? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
is one so much better than the other? Like, it's tough.
It's tough, dude.
Yeah,
it's a weird line.
So you've heard the terms like free range and things like that.
Yes.
Like free range. There's you could have free range cows, sure, happy cows could like until you want like look into free range, but
yeah,
there's no free range abattoir. They all go to the same factory. They get the same knife. They get the same underpaid worker. So there's no kind way to kill, I think.
Yes, it's so tough, dude. Actually, have you seen that Instagram Nature is Metal?
It's so tough. It's so tough. It's so tough. It's not tough. I wish in that moment I could have been there to just be like, nah, it's not tough. You know it's not. You know it's not.
They post this all the time. Like random mountainscapes with like breakdowns over it. It's so good.
Pest control over some like Bob Ross painting.
I love the like. Someone had that thought one day and went like, "I got to make money off this. Like this is brilliant."
I forgot to make money on this.
I'm surprised no one has reported the account. There's some brutal shit on there, dude. Like it's just fucking brutal. Man.
Well, I think because it's nature documentary, it probably falls under a different type of rule.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I'm gonna go to the end of this part where it starts to go into writing, and then I'll cut the stream at that point because I should probably take this little pup I got outside, and they're probably bored. So
two fucking deer are brawling right now.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, fucked up.
I saw one, and it was just a praying mantis just fucking eating the head of like another.
Are brutal.
Fucked.
Yeah.
Like
they'll just fucking corner like a beer or something, just eat his fucking face off like this, and
like just
in real
chewing
dude.
face off. Like
It's like
fuck, dude.
It's like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I really appreciate you guys having the at least like the talk,
dude. Anytime, man. I like
because most people are. I feel like most humans are like myself, where we're just kind of in the middle. We kind of don't know where to go, what's right, what's wrong, what information should we start?
Yeah.
What information is right?
Yeah.
What is morally right? What is spiritually right? It's just fucking.
Dude, there's so many things.
Tough, dude.
Yeah, like when you're just trying to make the right decision, there's like people telling you one thing, you've got advertising telling you another thing. I know it's crazy. Like,
so many influencers doing the whole like carnivore diet and all of that
yeah,
shit.
yeah. The whole Liver King hunting phase is blown up, and it's like turns out the dude's on $30,000 worth of steroids a month or something. So,
are we talking? We're talking the same guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm not on steroids. Oh wait.
Yeah. It's like, whoops. That's the thing, man. Most people love animals, and they've never had that conversation, right? So like, I'm happy to do it with them all the time.
Yeah. And the other thing that like, that's the other side of it. Yeah, there's the moral side, but like the other conversation I'm always willing to have is like, dude, here's some stuff to eat. Like, it's good. It tastes great. You won't miss it. And once you start like not eating certain things, the rest of it kind of falls away too. Like I stopped eating meat. Dairy quickly followed because it tastes fucked once you start eliminating one of these things. Like the animal taste to it. Like I stopped.
Yeah, like one time I was given dairy by accident, and I could instantly taste how like rancid it was. It was gross. Like when you don't consume that all the time, it's not pleasant. It's tough because he likes the taste of their flesh, but he feels bad about what he's participating in. Yeah. And you know, if he just had more conversations like this, he would realize it's not tough. It's not tough if the animals are your priority. Correct, Felix. Yeah. But the correct choice and ethical imperative isn't tough. It's clear and obvious. Yeah. When you have the animals in mind, being vegan is so easy. I tell people all the time, and they don't believe me or something. I don't know. Like, I am the laziest eater, like so bad. And I am as hardcore vegan as it gets. Like it's so easy.
Drinking milk almost immediately because I'm like, oh, this tastes like piss.
Yeah. See, I disagree, right? Like I have people come up to me all the time and ask me for recipes, and it's like, I can give you a recipe, but until you have the motivation to like, well, I don't know, like let's say this icing is $3 extra than the non-vegan one. Like until you have that motivation to go and buy this one, you're gonna just go, oh, I'll just get that one.
Right.
Yeah, like,
totally. Yeah. But what, like, I guess what I'm saying is like once you've wrestled with the ethical choice. And for everyone out there that's like coming up to talk to the band, like stop asking Dan for recipes. He doesn't know how to cook. Come and talk to me. I will send you everything you need. Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, and I think that ties a lot in with what Matt was even saying about music, you know, where it's like it's not hard, it's just hard work. And you know, it's just like
Oh, so I bet he's vegan too then. He must be vegan as well. He said it's not hard, it's just hard work, and it's even not.
if it is something that like people just want the quick solution, so you know they want recipes from Dane or whatever, but it's like all the resources are there to kind of, you know, find your own way and be able to provide that for yourself. It's just Google exists.
Dude, the first day I watched Earthlings, I ate ice cubes for dinner because I was like,
it's just Google exists.
Dude, the first day I watched Earthlings, I ate ice cubes for dinner because I was like, I know it's vegan.
Yeah,
I'm like,
the ingredients list is that long?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to fucking touch anything that was traumatized by it, bro. So bread rolls, ice cubes.
Well, you know, it's even arguably even a bigger problem. And then we'll close the subject and go start talking music again.
Yeah,
but what's even more fucked up, especially in this country, which I'm sure you've seen, there's this overconsumption of food in general.
Yeah,
like at restaurants.
It's the same at home.
They give you these massive portions, and like you can't eat all of it, and then you bite and then you trash it. It's like, and then when you try to take yourself out of it. Wait, I'm just one fucking person out of how many billion people?
Yeah.
A lot of people are throwing away just perfectly good food.
A small drink here is a large back home. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
It's insane.
I've stopped. Like if we go somewhere to eat, I don't buy food. I just wait for Dane to eat half of his and then hand the rest to me.
No, they do. It's crazy.
Yeah, me and Jack are like sitting there. Is he done yet? Can we eat now?
Yeah, free food.
It always makes you feel like shit. Like, man, I can't throw away this food. I have to eat it.
Yeah.
It feels so weird throwing away food. It's people fucking starving and shit.
Well, that's back to the thing Dane was saying about like we grow all these crops.
Bring it back.
And
bring it
feed
back
them to animals. when we could just be feeding people with those.
Oh, he tried to dodge. He weaved it back.
Yeah,
that's fucking.
And then fit back to the thing Dane was saying about like we grow all these crops and then feed them to animals when we could just be feeding people with those.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
And then the last of it is, you know, when you just like similar to like the vegan stuff, it's like when you feel something you can't unfeel it. When you see something you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Or it's someone gives you info. I remember I went on a deep dive on just water. And how there's other tribes and cities and countries that like have water shortage and not no water, and then again it's now it's in my head forever. And then now every restaurant or water bottle I see is like, I have to finish. I have to finish all this fucking water. Then you go to restaurants, see all your homies just massive things of water. And these fucking water is just all right. Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
I look back at the table. There's so much water is wasted, and there's only one fucking table.
It'd be funny when we're fighting wars over water, thinking about like we just threw it away. Like
We just throw it away. We fucking throw it away.
Dude, Robin Williams had a great bit in one of his fucking comedy specials. And he's like, "You kids want water?" He's got like a trench coat and shit. Do you ever have that? Do you ever have that same thought in the shower? You're like, "This water's just fucking running off me."
Same
shit
too.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know someone that showers with a bucket underneath them too. I just save the water.
Here was a great opportunity to talk about all the water that's wasted in animal ag. I wonder if all the vegans in the room are just like, "Can we do it? Can we do it?"
Actually, sometimes like it's a morning, so you're a little bit you're kind of groggy. But most of the time, I'll go in the shower, get it, and make it quick.
Yeah,
water's just going down and drain. I'll pop in, pop out.
Yeah,
I won't fall in the shower and break my arm. You know, it's just like you try to fucking try not waste the water, dude.
For the starving kids, man.
Yeah. A bath is like the craziest first world luxury. It's so strange to think about.
Dude, it's
insane. You waste more water in a bath or a shower, you reckon?
I'd say I don't know. You probably fill a bath in your average shower time.
What's the stat about the burgers? What's up, Victoria? Victoria's here, guys. All right. We reacted to Victoria's video. That was so funny, Victoria. So funny. How did you, Victoria, I'm glad you're here because I wanted to ask you, like, how is it that that same guy was back again? How the hell did that happen? The same guy came back and trolled you again. Like, is he just following you around or what? What is it with that one guy? I said to the chat, and I think we're all going to do it. Third time, we're going to nominate that guy for Meat Flake of the Year. We're going to message David Rams. And we're going to say, we've got you a nominee that cannot be topped. One time, I said it one time, his first video, that was enough for at least an honorable mention. And who said it? I believe it would, I can't remember who said it. Lifetime achievement, Meat Flake. Third time? How does he find y'all? Is he just following? Oh, he works across the street and down the block. Oh, so you're like, you keep coming to like near where he works. Gotcha. And that was hilarious. Well done, Victoria. That was a great video. He's not a meat flake. He's like the meat flake. He's the meat flake. It's impressive. Like, isn't it? Like, there's a small part of me that admires his meat, admires how tenacious he is at his meat flakery. It's quite, I called it exemplary. Yeah, he is kind of creepy. It always plants some seeds, and plus you never know what people are really thinking. Sometimes the ones that push back the hardest are wrestling with the ideas internally because it speaks to them. Wasn't even close to the time. Yeah, he just walked up with his tablecloth. I think he carries around a tablecloth, Victoria, for just these situations. In fact, he's probably wandering around that street right now with a tablecloth just to make sure that you don't show up, and that if you do, he's ready.
But if you take long showers, you're probably wasting more.
Yeah.
So I'd say, but then the bath is just piss soup. So like, you're just marinating in your own
piss soup, dude.
Oh,
yeah, but Anyway,
So water. Yeah.
nothing wrong with us.
Actually,
Just one more thing while we're on the
That's on
like,
top of this.
while we're on
He's
the,
on
like,
it.
if you once you see something, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Just to connect that to the vegan thing, like if there are people who are on the fence about any of that, just watch Dominion.
Yeah.
And it will solidify your views. Like if you've got the thought in the back of your head, watch Dominion. It lays out all the horrible shit we're doing to animals.
Yeah, not even so. Dominion, if I may, Dominion's it's a 2-hour documentary made in Australia between the years of 2015 and 17. All made by undercover activists and their footage that they've captured in Australian farms, slaughterhouses. Very recent footage. Not just 2-hour torture porn thing. This is 2 hours of informative. It runs you through how we do what we do, why we do what we do. For example, like you ever seen little chickens get blended up in a big blender and you're like, well, that's crazy. That's for chicken nuggets. No, that's a waste product because they're born males in the egg industry. Males won't lay eggs. So we just blend them alive. If you ever Google a macerator, it's fucking horrific. Yeah, but
my goodness.
So there you go. So the males and the females are separated. The males go into a big blender. And for years, the industry was saying that this was for chicken nuggets, but they were bullshitting everybody. That goes into a bin. If they don't have a big blender, they go into garbage bags and they just tie them shut and suffocate them like that. 20 minutes from my house is one of these in operation all day, every day. And all of us, we'd have one of these.
Oh
but
my goodness.
we all love animals, right? And if this was happening in the street, we'd be out there with, we would not let this happen.
If it was cats or dogs, it'd be, it wouldn't last very long.
It's so weird what the human mind does. It'll like accept some things and not completely not accept this other thing, be a hypocrite about this. It's so weird how the mind will just block certain things that makes no logical sense.
If we know about this, right? Like, none of us know about this. If we did, we'd be fucking like the second I found out about this, I was like, nobody told me about if I'd have known that, anyway. So I think that's just there's that big divide of a lot of people not knowing. Once they do, well, like you said, now you know.
Yeah.
You got the duty to act, right? Like yeah.
My goodness, dude.
Crazy shit. We can talk about music if you like.
Yeah. So how was the air?
So that was so I think they may get into it some more here, but you can see the topics there. But that was incredible. And it like he was like, yeah, we'll talk about a little bit more and then we'll close this part out. And then that guy,
the Airbnbs do. I think no logical sense.
I was like, nobody told me.
And then that guy had the great sense to say, you mentioned you can't unsee things. Watch Dominion. And then Dane took it and ran with it. That was so great. And just imagine all the metal fans being exposed to this for the first time. And like I said, I was in his stream, Dane's stream. Someone came in there and said, I watched your interview on the Garza podcast. That night I went vegan because I watched Dominion. Thanks to him saying that and him explaining what is Dominion and the podcast for like whoever's like doing the editing, showing like what's happening. They're showing that screen. Here's Dominion. Like that was just phenomenal. This was a big moment. Big moment. Yes. For, a circle of people that we would rarely meet. He's on his toes with that cloth. Yes, he is, Victoria. He is on his toes. Hope you're staying safe. Don't feel afraid to report him if you start. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that guy sounds kind of creepy. Like he has some kind of obsession, doesn't he? I wonder. Someone made a comment. I don't want to put this in the ether, but someone made a comment like during your video that I couldn't tell who it was from, but they were like, the sexual tension is real. Maybe that guy has a thing for you. What do you think, Victoria? Because it's kind of weird to be that obsessed, right? But I put it in the ether even though I said I didn't. I'm sorry. But what is that? Like, I've never been stalked like that before. Doing activism. Thanks for your work, Victoria. You're a great example for all of us. Indeed. Protect activists. I thought the guy on the left was Chris Delforce at first. Oh, no. He's not. He does kind of look like Chris Delforce. You're right. This guy, right? Jack Simeone? Yeah, he does look like Chris. That's amazing. I didn't think about that. I think the guy with the shaved head and headphones on Garza's side wants to say more that he can and looks looked frustrated by Garza's comments. Yeah, he's the one who writes all the I think, well, it's probably a collaborative effort, but I think he's one of the main people like writing the music. And then Dane, the singer, is the guy writing the lyrics, but they're all hardcore vegan, it sounds like. Yeah, the music is epic. Oh, so the creep said the sexual tension. So he's the one feeling the sexual tension. And that's what's... Be careful, Victoria. You might want to report that guy. Yeah. It's not Rommel, is it? He's an anti-vegan troll who goes and harasses vegans in real life. I don't think. I don't know. He doesn't seem like someone of significance, other than just being a troll. He just looked like some drunk moron the first video. This video, he didn't seem drunk. Definitely didn't seem drunk this time. Oh, I've been pointing the wrong, and never mind. I've been looking at the wrong screen. That guy definitely looks like Chris Delforce, Jack Simeone. Yeah, they really do look similar. Yeah, and I had mentioned like all the great Australian activists. Chris Delforce, of course, and Farm Transparency Project. They're kicking our ass, guys. We gotta step up our game if we want to keep up with Australia, right? Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I need to, take care of this little guy right here. You guys even see this little guy? Look at this look at him. Look at him. Oh, he needs to go out. So I'm going to end the stream here, but thanks for joining. And yeah, Victoria, you can go back and watch us all laugh along with you. That was something. I was really glad to see a new video from you the other day, and I refused to watch it because I knew I should do it on the stream. So it was a fresh reaction. So other people had already seen it, like Felix. But Felix, he hung tough. He watched it again. Thank you, Felix. Thank you for doing the cubes. Thank you, Victoria, for your activism. Everybody sub to Victorious Vegan. And yeah, and sub to this channel if you're not already. I know you guys mostly are, but there's 8 people here. Maybe somebody isn't subbed. Yep. Okay, you guys have a great night. Love you all. Take care. No problem, Victoria. It was fun. Put out more videos. We'll react to all of them. Good night, guys.